Hi, Shirkan. Hi, Pixel. Hi, Bits. Hi, Fanny. Hi, Lost One. Hi, Error. I found a shitty version of Stormwind. There's like 7 different Stormwinds. I only went to the first one. I'm really fucking small here. Hi, Brown. Smoland. Actually, because of the way the camera is, I look kind of tall. But, like, literally, I'm like gnome sized, I think. Smoland, just the way I like it. If I was in a fantasy world, I'd want to be a small race. Because then all the dicks are bigger to me. That's good, very throwable. Oh my god. You look more like rat sized. Like the place looks massive. I'm not. This. I need this. I should finish these leg lifts real quick. I think I had like 2 more to do. This is the doorway. Oh, it moves with me. Whatever. On that 1K gold left grind. There's a sewer I can chuck you in not very far from here if I remember well. I don't think you can actually go in the sewers in here. There's the canals. But that's like literally equidistant from here. Hi, Gale. Watch streak 15. Watch streak. I get so mad about the watch streaks because I can't post it in a single stream I watch. And I want channel points. I'm somebody that leaves my computer on for a month straight to collect channel points. And Twitch is just like, nah. Oh my god. It won't let me post it in a single stream. And I'm like, what the fuck? Everyone else is getting points and I'm not. We're gonna get to the Twitch recap, but it's gonna be like, Gale got 3 times as many points as you again. And I'm gonna be like, fuck! 3. 4. 5. I think watch streaks are broken. My streak is stuck at 32 for days. Gale always wins. Literally for the past 2 years since they've been doing the Twitch summary, 2 or 3 years, Gale has always beat me on channel points. It'll be like, congratulations, Euland. You got 3 million channel points across all the channels you watched. And Gale's just like, oh, 3 million, that's good, that's nice. That's a good starting number. And I'm like, And then he posts his and it's like 4.5 million. I'm just like, Literally 2 or 3 years he's done that. Wait, how do you see that? You need to get your Twitch summary. They'll do it once a year. There'll just be some month where they're like, hey, check out your Twitch summary, check your email. And you'll have a link to a Twitch page that's like just a shit ton of stats for your Twitch username. So like it'll tell you the top 3 streams you watched. And stuff like that. It'll tell you what your most used emotes were. Should be at the end of December or mid-December. Hi, Zuvi. Wait. Maybe at this angle. What am I doing? I already did that stretch. I do this one. He had like 4.6 million points last year while I had 5.3. Gale's insane. Ah. Ow. Ah. Eldon is calling today. You better have time. I need to go to the post office today, Zuby. Like, I absolutely need to. That shouldn't take too long. That should just be me showing up and being like, take this. You said that Friday? I know I said that Friday. Friday, I went to the post office. Actually, I think it was Thursday I went to the post office. And they said, this will be $140 to ship it to the UK. And I said, no, it fucking won't. I'm leaving. And I didn't send it because I'm not paying $140 for shipping. And so I went home. I looked at a parcel comparison. I have really bad mental when it comes to just doing stuff like this. And so I ended up looking at a parcel comparison thing for like 9 hours on Saturday. I finally got it. It's like, all right, print this out. They weren't open on Sunday. And so today it's like, I need to go. Did you compare those parcels? I procrastinated on comparing those parcels, but eventually, yes. I have more time tonight. Have been sleeping later the last few days. The year before that, it was 6 mil earned. Good lord. Good lord. What are we at? God damn it, we're at the fucking... the worst fucking part of the day. Sometimes I say things, Zuvi, and things don't go according to plan. Like, you know what I said yesterday? Yesterday I said we're having steak. And then it turns out it wasn't steak at all, it was rotisserie chicken. It also turns out it wasn't thawed, so we're having it tonight. You just got home and your socks are soggy? That's like the perfect time to have soggy socks, because you can take them off and get dry socks. Wonder how little I've earned this time. It's been 25 seconds. We started at 8:20, so we're going to 9:50. I think? Yeah. I like to use the electric hairdryer on my feet. Okay, that's a first. I've never heard of that. Most people have like a space heater or something. A hairdryer? Ah, 25. 20. 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I mean, I guess technically it's not going to be any different, but like... Huh. I feel like my back needs to pop. Nope. Okay. I don't know how well this video is going to be today. Because I was doing a lot of learning when it comes to editing. Why is the camera... I should just not set the camera before moving to this part because it always adjusts a little bit. This good? Yeah, this is so good. We talked about the editing yesterday. A little bit. A little bit. Can I press it from here? No, of course I can't. I don't understand Excess Overlay. I don't understand why it's just like sometimes I can start it and sometimes I can't. Holy shit, that's loud. We're turning that to half volume because god damn. It's okay, that song is supposed to just assault your ears anyway. Hi, Smug. Yeah, so many things went wrong recording this video. Oh my god. First and foremost, yes, Zuby. First and foremost, I recorded for an hour without muting my desktop audio. Did you check the screenshots? Where am I checking the screenshots? Was this a DM to me or in our DMs? I'm pretty sure I've seen them. Let me remind myself. Oh, we can't show that on stream. Yeah, no, I saw these. Zuby, I believed you the whole time. I don't care about these screenshots. I believed you. Hi, Global. So anyway, I recorded for an hour yesterday, and I didn't mute my desktop audio. So the whole time, there was a streamer in the background talking. And it's just like, well, this footage is fucking useless. Then, I recorded the 4 sections for the video. I didn't get fucked by weather that much. Oh, and me occasionally, right? Pixel cameo, huh? No, you were AFK doing your thing at this point. There wasn't a single word you said in the... I don't know, Pixel, maybe. Maybe you and Fanny were in it a little. But... Best Zone BGM. I recorded the footage, and then I said, you know what? It fucking pisses me off in Final Fantasy when they have music and then it stops for a minute before it starts again. I hate the dead zones in Final Fantasy music. And so I did 4 more recordings just to get a clean section of the music, isolate the audio from those, and then I had them on a second track. So I had the visuals playing on one track and the audio playing on a second track of the editing software, so that there is constant music. This is the most editing I've ever done, and I hated it. I hate doing this. It's so much more effort. But now I don't have dead spots in the sound, so I'm probably gonna do it this way from now on. Oh, poor you. Look, Bits. Look. I'm really dumb when it comes to this stuff, and you gotta understand, the editing before was the easiest thing in the world. Literally, I would just take my recordings, trim them at the ends any way I needed to, fade the audio from one at the end of one clip, and fade it in the next one, so you don't get like a really jarring, just like snap in audio. And then put a little fade transition so the screen goes black and then comes back for like 2 seconds when a clip ends and another one starts. That was all I did. People are like, wow, it's so incredible how much videos you get out, you know, one a day, that's so much editing. And it was just like, editing takes 5 minutes. But yesterday was like an hour of editing. And it's just like, oh my god, I hate this. I was literally just sitting in Discord with Pixel and Fanny the whole time. And Fanny was just like, so what are you doing now? And I was just like, I'm editing. It was a quiet Discord for like an hour or two while I was just trying to fucking learn stuff. But, I don't know. Learning process, I imagine it's gonna go faster from now on. Today is Monday? I'd like to do a video, but... You will not get rain sounds now? We didn't have rain sounds before. The ambience was at like 10%. Could you actually hear it before? There's... No. There is something I can do for that. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. But technically, if I can just record rain, I can just overlap that anytime I see rain. So I would have 3 tracks, 2 of them would be audio tracks. All I can hear is Lahi. I feel a little bad, but at the same time I'm really amused by how loud it was at the start and 3 people going way too dank. I'm like, oh shit, oops. I even turned it down. That volume was at like 70% and it was still just... That's just how the song fucking comes in swinging. Needs to be louder. I was watching Zoe. That was the streamer that was getting caught in the background when I was recording this. And anytime I was walking on a straightaway, I was typing in their chat just Lahi in full caps. And Zoe and like 3 people were just sitting there like saying Lahi anytime I did it. And then there was one person that was just like, no, fucking stop! You're bringing me PTSD! Please! I'm so fucking excited for Season of Discovery. I'm gonna play a shit ton with LoFam. There's a few people that I'd like to be there that are like probably not gonna play WoW. But it's like, oh, you should play WoW, and they're like, oh, I don't know, I feel like I missed the classic wave, and it's, you know, I don't have the time for that, and it's like, well. That first excuse isn't good enough. I was talking to Core about it last night, right? And I was like, you should play WoW with me for Season of Discovery. And she's like, I don't really want to play Classic. I want to see the story in retail. And everybody was just like, what? What do you mean see the story in... do you know the story of Classic? And she's like, no. And we're just like, then start at the beginning, you weirdo. I can't believe LoFam and Lele were married. I believe you're taking something LoFam said majorly out of context. I don't even think Lele was married to the person LoFam was talking about. I think they just lived together. I could be wrong. It might have been like a common law marriage or something, but I'm pretty sure they were not married. But also, fuck that guy. What am I at? Oh, I've been at 2 miles per hour. I forgot to set it to 2.5. Oh, him? They were? Oh. I didn't know that. Hi, Zai. Tell you what I do know. That guy can go suck truck nuts. Yeah, that's the old VRC lore kicking in. It was common law married? That's what I thought. Well, part of it is that, like, I don't see Lele going through a marriage ceremony. Like, in VR chat, of course, but, like... I was his friend at one point, so yeah. That guy... I don't know, I shouldn't talk about him. I shouldn't talk about him. He's old news. He's dumb. There's no reason to talk about him. What did I come into? I need to play more VR chat. You do need to play more VR chat. Yeah, that hatchet has been buried a long time ago. Shit, what did I see from yesterday? I saw news. Oh, I finally watched Guga Foods, the like steak snob connoisseur YouTuber guy who just eats steak 2 times a week, make and review the Asmongold $2 steak. And so it was him and his friend, the one brain cell chef or one muscle chef, or I don't know. It's this guy who, like, literally opens his videos with, like, him lifting weights in the kitchen or something. Maybe one of you guys will know his name. But it's him and Guga, and they're going to make the Asmongold $2 steak and try it. And they're ripping on it the whole time. And, like, they also don't even know how to say Asmongold's name. They keep calling him Osmongold, which is like, fucking, I was watching it with Core, and every single time her and I were just like cringing, just like, oh, fucking say it Asmongold, it's an A, stop saying Osmongold. But they're making the steak, they're explaining, like, reasons things happening in cooking, like, you know, he has it at low heat because he doesn't want it to burn because it's so thin, yada yada. You're getting this glazing because the sauce we're using has sugar in it, and that's causing it to caramelize, so yada yada. But they're ripping on the steak the whole time. And they get to the part, and Asmongold's looking at it, he's like, that's a good looking steak. That's gonna be a delicious steak. That's a really good one. I might have cooked it a little bit more, but that's gonna be a really good steak. And they're just like, look at how pitiful this is. Look at how pathetic and sad this steak is. They cut it. They get the 8-minute potato out of the microwave. They cut that open. They're like, you know, this potato actually looks perfect. They each try a bite of the steak. And they're just like, wait, shit, this is not bad. This is pretty good. It's like, dude, come on. You can't rip on it for 10 minutes straight and then be like, this is pretty good, huh? But then they're sitting there like, we're gonna make it better. And they just make this, like, stir-fry steak salad. And Asmongold's sitting there just going, get that green shit out of there. What are you doing? And another thing for Asmongold was that a big importance of the meal isn't that it just tastes good. It has to taste good, have low prep time, have low cleanup time. And so, like, they're making their version of it, and he's sitting there going, oh, look at how much stuff you're using. Look at how much prep time there is. You're using so many more ingredients. Oh, come on. Gotta remake that video, but Yulin's Beans Burrito. There's nothing to make. There's no cooking. It's literally, you dump half a can of beans onto a tortilla. That's it. Easiest video ever. Oh my god. Wait, you don't warm up the beans? Okay, I do warm up the beans. Technically what I do is I get a plate, I put a tortilla on it. I open a can of beans, I put that in a colander, and then I wash the beans off. Then I put half of those beans on the tortilla. The other half go into a container, and that goes into the fridge for later in the day. And then I take the beans and tortilla on the plate, throw them in the microwave for like 35 seconds. Then I do the most pitiful burrito wrap ever. And then I eat that. Shout out Yulin. How dare you? I was watching Foss last night, and he was playing Eternal Return with Sona. There is a partnered streamer named Sona who is like League of Legends Grandmaster, and like at one point the best Sona play in the world or something. I think it's a little incredible that their name is literally just Sona. Anyway, they're playing Eternal Return, and Sona's like, I'm still downloading. And Foss is like, that's okay, nobody's at my stream yet. And I'm like the only one there. I'm just like, wow, okay, dude. And Foss goes, shut up, Yulin, you're a mod, you don't count, you're not a person, you don't have feelings. And I was like, yeah? / unmod Yulin. And he's like, wait, no, I forgot about this, no! I was proud of that joke. I need a drink. You got what you asked for, now you'd be a viewer. Menace. The problem is he just immediately modded me again. And at this point it's gonna become a battle of who's gonna type it in more, right? And I was just trying to do this dumb video recording. I forget the name of this town. But this is where Y'shtola was. And her boyfriend. Her boyfriend lives here. Yes. God, editing and recording took up so much time yesterday. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it was your first time trying a new process. It's not going to be that bad from now on. But in my heart, I'm like, oh God, if it takes 4 hours every day, what the fuck? Oh God, this sucks. Y'shtola want the big cat dick. Hi, Jan. Welcome to being a content creator. No, I have streamlined my process to not take up too much time while still outputting a lot of content. We are not a standard content creator. Or so you thought. I just had to do some learning yesterday. And I also just messed up. An hour of it was just me being stupid and fucking up. Yet. Oh, God. Whoa. I like boba, too. I've never had boba tea. I don't like tea. Shin sent me tea. And he's like, so you tried it yet? And I was like, no, I haven't fucking tried it yet. Look, Zuvi, I have wet socks now, too. Oh, by the way, Elin almost got kicked in a WoW dungeon because I was new to the game. Yeah, WoW isn't really known for having the most polite community. I'm actually amazed you haven't gotten kicked already. Nothing happens if you get kicked. But, expect it to happen. Something really cool about the second half of the zone, they don't have roads, but they have these trails of blue flowers, which are basically their roads. Yeah, if you go to the Final Fantasy subreddit, there's a lot of WoW refugees that are there that are just like, I don't understand. How is everybody so nice in this game? I told them I was new. And in WoW, I would have gotten kicked for just saying I was new. But in this game, they're like teaching me everything and being super patient. One of them was giving me tips, and like the others who were chipping in now and then, it's just like, I never want to go back. It's supposed to be a guide to the Bun area. I'm sure in actuality it's more like a dense forest. Yeah. Yeah, so from a gameplay perspective, it's very much a guide. It's very much like, use these as roads. And maybe there's some lore reason for it. Maybe the bunnies actually like cultivate these flowers to maintain like a path to know where to go and not get lost. Because if I remember correctly, this forest is kind of crazy and people get lost in it all the time. Speaking of Fanon, the Viera town, this is what Gridania should have been. One of my strongest opinions about Final Fantasy is that Gridania sucks. It's the worst city. It's literally just some huts and sheds in a forest. And this is what a forest town should be. This is like such a fucking cool place. And it's wasted. It's wasted out in the middle of nowhere. While we have fucking bum shit Gridania. Oh, I hate Gridania so much. In my opinion, I feel like this expansion was their own way of remaking the areas. Or that's how I feel about it. So I can see this as the remake to Gridania. What would be the remake to Ul'dah and the remake to Limsa? I guess Eulmore would be the remake to Limsa. Would the Crystarium be the remake to Ul'dah? Or would there be something else that's the remake to it? I can see Eulmore being like Limsa and Fanon being like Gridania. That one's like crystal clear in my head. Alright, so far I'm super happy with the video. Everything seems to be working exactly how I wanted it to. I'm flabbergasted I got everything right the first time. That desert area would be Ul, I think. Oh, they did... They did have a town out there, but... WoW sure looks different today. It's not WoW. That desert area doesn't really have a town. It has, like, the one, like... I don't even know what to call it. Little, like, campsite. Actually, it's got two. It's got the place where the people turning into Sin Eaters go. And then it's got the, like, trade camp in the middle of nowhere. I guess technically it also has the other town with, like, 3 buildings, but none of them compare to Ul'dah. It has the Dwarf Town. The Dwarf Town is in Yulmore. That's not in the desert area. The Dwarf Town also does not compare to Ul'dah, though. Now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't know if anything is a direct one-to-one comparison for Ul'dah. Yulmore being like Limsa, I can absolutely see being raised up in the air. And, you know, the bridges that people can literally fall off of. And then Fanon being like Gridania. That one's just easy because it's a forest town. Fuck, Fanon is so pretty. I hate Gridania. Like, I didn't like Gridania before, but after seeing Fanon back in Shadowbringers, it's like, I have a passionate hatred for Gridania now. Can we Lion's Arch Gridania? Can we just burn it to the ground and they rebuild it better? That's what they did in Guild Wars 2. They had a town called Lion's Arch, and then they destroyed it and rebuilt it. Now, the old version was better, but they felt it needed to be redone. I think story-wise, somebody like attacked the place and destroyed a lot of it. But the new Lion's Arch is like just boring-ass buildings, and like some of the buildings have giant like starfish statues and above them, and it's just like, what the fuck is this place now? Whereas before, it was like 500 pirate ships had all like crashed on the waves, and they built a town out of the wreckage. They already did the redo on FF, so it wouldn't work well the second time. Would be an idea, though. I know. Have you seen how bad some of the stuff was in 1.0? Most towns were like an instance thing that they used the exact same town for. So it's like, they had like 20 towns. It was literally just a hut here, a house, a windmill, a hut. I have a friend who showed me a lot of stuff from when they played. I remember back then I was very into MMOs. But I didn't actually want to play them, I just wanted WoW to be better than them. It was like I was a super Blizzard fanboy, more so than I am now. And anytime something was like, this is gonna be the WoW killer, I was like, yeah, let's see how trash it is. And I remember looking at Final Fantasy and it was like, the game doesn't have auto attacks. And I was like, this game's gonna be dog shit. And then it was. Because they outsourced to a company and didn't do any of it themselves. And also the bullshit they went through along with the cheese thing. Yulin sucking Blizz dick, who is shocked. Look, I'm pretty fast to shit on Blizzard nowadays, Lost One. Anytime they actually do something good, I'm like, I call it the rare W. Because it is a rare W. But like, back then, I was 100% loyal. God, the game looked so bad back then. Yuland was full Kool-Aided. Hi, Matthews. I know, right? When Yulin could be sucking mine. Yeah, and then I offer Pixel, and he's just like, haha, no, I was just memeing. Haha. I want a drink. So Sunday, Pixel fake gay for Yulin. You're a fake gay, Pixel. Yulin, come to Colorado right now and throat my cock. Okay. I used to live in Colorado. I don't know if you've been here anytime I've talked about it, Matthews. I used to live in Lafayette, right between Denver and Boulder. Hi, Happy. Chat? What? What's wrong, Exhibits? What are they... Did they say something weird? It's good to see you again, Happy. Hi, Jack. Hope you didn't have any gates over there. Ignore this follow, LOL. No, I'm not going to ignore it. Hi, Project. Thank you for the follow. Given that there's a C in it, I'm not sure that's a different person than Jack, but just in case it is. So how's your day so far? Yeah, and I said no, Jack. My day has been good. I woke up at 6:30, and I was like, fuck this. And I rolled back over and fell asleep. Then I got up at 7:30 an hour later. Did all my dailies this morning. I did my Warframe login. My Bloons login. Clicked on some things in Call of Dragons because I don't know why I'm still opening that game. Did all my PSO dailies. Did my Final Fantasy Island Sanctuary stuff. I'm only using that one for gaming, that's why, since I got back to WoW. Jack, are you gonna play Season of Discovery? By the way, Yulin, since I'm randomly getting a rep up, what you think of the Rust Bolt Resistance? I don't even remember who the Rust Bolt Resistance is. That's good. Wake up early, let's go. Thigh login. Warframe. You are too cute to ignore, Jack. And dang, it took you no time at all. So, when I say Final Fantasy dailies, I'm literally just doing the Island Sanctuary. Jack, okay. You're playing WoW again. On November 30th is the Season of Discovery. It's Classic Plus. What it's going to be is it's going to be new Classic servers, but max level is going to be 25. There's going to be raids at level 25. Black Fathom Deeps, that's going to be a 10-man raid. And every class is going to be viable as a DPS. They're adding these like rune things that you can use 3 of that are literally going to make how your class plays very different. So like, if you're a rep paladin, you can have a rune that makes it so that you have Crusader Strike in Classic. And it makes your Crusader Strike restore mana. So as a rep paladin, you can actually be good DPS. Every class is DPS, what could go wrong? Nothing, that's the way it's supposed to be. Does it give me anything in retail? It might give you a mount. Lofam is gonna play it a shit ton. I'm gonna play it with him. I think a lot of people in my guild are gonna play it. Try it. If you don't like it, you can just go back to retail. Also, send me your Battle.net ID on Discord. I barely started retail, so I'm gonna say no thanks. But it's called Season of Discovery. We're already friends on it? Oh, oops. I'm sitting here like, Jack plays WoW? Yeah, boy! It comes out November 30th. If you had any interest in Classic at all, this will be a better way to play Classic. Because Classic had a lot of stupid shit in it. They are making it so that... So in Classic, warriors were tanks. Druids and paladins could tank, but they were dog water at it. And now, they're going to make it so that paladins are good tanks, druids are good tanks, rogues can tank, shamans can tank, and warlocks can tank. And for healers, there's going to be priest, druid, shaman, paladin, and mages can heal. So, like, Season of Discovery looks fucking cool, Jack. Please play it with me. Please play it with me. I'm still going to be playing Standard WoW. I'm still going to be doing raids every week in retail. But I'm very excited for Season of Discovery. Fuck yeah. As soon as they give me... Hi, Zoe. As soon as they give me a server list, I'm going to try messaging everybody and be like, oh, this server, right? Can we do this server? Big map? Yeah, it's a big map, Jan. Remind me? Will do. Zoe. I fucked up this morning. Because I've got the videos much louder than when I started, any of the like first 70 walking videos, I have at max volume. And any of the new ones, I put it like 70%. But the Lahi is just loud as fuck, Zoe. So I had the volume at like 70%. And she just fucking screams Lahi. And everybody's just like, oh god, way too dank. And it's like, oh, we'll turn this one down to 50. The zone was cool, though. I'd forgotten about the blue flower paths in the second half of the zone. Do you have stuff to do today, Zoe? Stuff in the morning? Not sure yet? That's the worst. Like, if you have something to do, great. But if it's like, you might have something to do, it's like, well, I can't make plans, but I'm literally just standing around. Probably gonna do things in another hour. Anyway, this was the Rak'tika Greatwood. It has the city of Fanon, which is 1,000,000 times better than Gridania. Gridania sucks. Gridania should burn down and be remade. What are we at? 1.5 miles? That's a good pace. That's good progress. God, I feel like there was a big piece of news that I'm just fucking forgetting. Oh, we haven't walked this one in a long time. This is, I want to say it's like the Kessex Hills? Walking through Kessex Hills. Yep. Hell yeah. I know WoW zones like the back of my hand. There's a WoW GeoGuessr where it literally shows you a screenshot and it's like, where in WoW is this? And I can go to like round 100 of that. Easy. when it's like Final Fantasy, I'll know the area, but I probably won't know the names. And there's probably a lot of stuff that I'd be like, I have no fucking clue where this is. But then, like, Guild Wars 2, I'm just like, I have no fucking clue. This just looks like Human Zone number 4. This is the zone. This is the zone I got like 30 or 40 levels in, though. Because I got here on my engineer and I found a bug with engineers. Where, was going to explore, but my stomach is starting to bother me. Heck, that sucks. This is the, it's Stormwind from World of Warcraft. This is like the human capital city and like the main alliance city. But for some reason, we're fucking tiny in it. And none of the NPCs are here. Normally, you'd see like 1 million people running around here, Jan. But so I got to this zone in Guild Wars 2. I was like level 20 on an engineer. And, yeah, it's pretty barren. Yeah. Got here level 20 on my engineer, and I found a bug. The bug was, if you put down a turret, like a Gatling turret, it doesn't have any time duration. It doesn't go away if you get too far away from the turret. It just stays there so long as you're in the zone. And so I found an event that spawned every 5 minutes. It's the centaurs trying to burn down a bridge. And I just put a turret there. And every 5 minutes this event would spawn. And a bunch of players would come defend this bridge and do the event. And I would get full experience from the event because my turret was there the whole time. Meanwhile, I'm across the fucking map just doing my own quest. So it was like I was farming this event and doing quests at the same time. And I leveled super fast. It was awesome. And that kind of made me get stuck as an engineer. Where, like, because it was so easy to level compared to everything else, it was just like, I don't really want to bother leveling as anything else, huh? Engineer was fun, though. I ended up making a build I really liked on Engineer that was extremely bursty. I would just, like, hit people for 16.5k in 0.1 seconds, which was very fun. Especially when they were a glass cannon elementalist with 12k health sticking their head out from on top of a fort in World vs. World. They'd be like, I'm gonna drop my AoEs and then go back to hiding for 20 seconds. And I'd just fucking scoop their heads off. Every time. It was the best shit ever. I wonder, is there something I can do to, like, not filter that out? UI. Well, that's worth. They see your name, but now they can see your text. The messages? Yeah. I guess I could probably... There's something I can do to, like, hide nameplates, right? Nameplate visibility. Hidden. Okay, yeah, perfect. Now they can see what you say. Oh, but they can see my camera. Let's put that over there. Wait, now I can join Eula and not have to type in chat, Pog? Yes, bits. I'm learning and growing as a streamer. On my way to Mechagon? To Mechagon? Huh. Me speech to text user? What is the reason you do that so much, Bits? Because you'll join on, like, Discord and be totally fine talking, and then you get on VR chat. and you chat or use the text thing, the chat box, we can see your mic. Hold on, hang on. You can't? Oh, you can. That's what that is. Attention, Euland. You can put up with the mic. I can't find a way to hide just that. And the menu too. Oh, you can see it. Mutes in VR chat get all the attention. Even more so if we have full body. I see. Needed some level 50 plus quest experience, and this quest chain has rep for the Rust Bolt resistance, which I wanted to get up. You know what pisses me off, Fanny? At the end of BFA, you have to do the meta achievement Pathfinder. So it's like Battle for Azeroth Pathfinder. Hi, Mr. King Wolfie. You have to do that achievement to have flying in BFA. But then Blizzard was like, this is too obnoxious for anybody going back in zones. And so we're going to make it so that you just don't have to anymore. Once an expansion is old content, everybody unlocks flying there. I did the achievement like 2 weeks before they announced that. I'm just being a mute because I don't want to sound like a Russian radio operator. Yeah. Yeah, you and Fanny have mics that are just a little difficult to understand. Don't mind me. Don't you get a mount like in Warlords of Draenor's? You might, but like, I don't have every mount. And I don't care about doing meta achievements like that for mounts. I sometimes don't understand either looking at the VODs. I feel bad. I'm the type of person who, I just struggle to understand people anyway. Like, my brain lags, and somebody will say something to me, and I'll be like, huh? What did you say? And then before they can even repeat themselves, I've, like, been able to understand what they actually said, and I answer their question. So people will ask me a question, I'll be like, huh? What did you say? Oh, yeah, it's about 9:30. And they're just like, why did you just ask me to repeat what I said, and then answer like you totally heard what I said? I'm the idiot that does that to people. And so, like, between that and, like, if I just don't understand people, I'll be like, oh, God. I've asked them to repeat themselves 3 times, and I'm just not understanding. Oh, jeez. Exhibits get here to eat you. Also, yeah, laptop mic plus heavy Dutch accent is probably not the best combo. If you were Scottish, it doesn't matter how good your mic would be. I would not understand you. There's only 2 Scottish people that I understand. One, after years of hanging out with them. And the second, because they have the AI voice thing that just translate their stuff perfectly. And that's NDQU and Meowmies. I am ready, Death. Bites exhibits. I want a drink. I saw a picture on Reddit yesterday, and it was this woman who was getting construction on her kitchen. And so it's been like one guy remodeling her kitchen for a month or something, I don't know. And on the last day of him working on it, she just made a steak lunch for him. And it was like steak dressed in like, I think like parsley, and then with asparagus that looked like it was coated in something. It looked like super nice, right? And she's like, do you think the construction worker will like this steak lunch I made for him. I like to give thanks to the people that work hard for me. Yada yada. Just a very nice thing. And I was looking at this and I was like, if that was me, I literally would not want that. I would literally be like, I'm so sorry. This looks incredible and this is so nice of you. But there's a lot of things here that I'm like, I don't want to eat this. It's me being insanely picky. I hope you can eat this. Picky ass. I am, okay, well, here's the thing. If I'm not picky, I'm going to throw up all over your table, okay? So I can either say, no, I appreciate this gift, but I'm not going to eat this. Or I can go, wow, this looks amazing. Chomp. Okay, like, which do you want? But anyways, how are you doing? We're doing good. I would eat it anyway. Food is food. But the WoD Pathfinder achievement has been fun so far, besides the acute gold grind. Hey, I'm trying to cook here. Sorry, error. I tried to make a cartoony throw-up sound. Questions. How weird is old man sleep with teddy bear? Doesn't matter how weird it is at all. If an old man wants to sleep with a teddy bear because it's comfortable or relaxing to them, they can fucking do it. You gotta be a real asshole to have a problem with somebody that, like, does something to sleep more comfortable. You have to be, like, a special kind of asshole to, like, give a shit about that. It's his teddy bear? It's his teddy bear, and, like, how does it even slightly affect you how someone else sleeps, right? So how weird is it how if an old guy sleeps with a teddy bear? Not at all. I don't care if somebody sleeps on a bed made of 50 stitched Dakimakuras and they have, like, a pizza blanket. If that's what they gotta do to sleep, hell yeah. Nah, fuck you. I can't sleep. You can't sleep. Tough shit, Bits. I can sleep fucking fantastic. Bro, if you need to hug something to get to sleep, go for it. Damn, girl, you live like this? I bet there's some guy that literally has, like, the most embarrassing room that's literally like a bed out of Dakimakuras. And when they show people their bedroom, if they're like, this is weird, they're like, you have failed the test. If you can't be cool with somebody who has a bed like this, then you're not good enough. Get out. I am 24 and still sleep with a teddy bear. Wolfie, you said an old man. 24 is still young as heck. You are not old. 30 is old. I saw it in an episode of Friends. 24. Okay, here's the way it works. I'm 32, Wolfie. So, like, that is an 8-year age difference between us. When I was graduating high school at the age of 17, you were in 4th grade. So, like, and this is how most people operate in life. I think of you as just a child by comparison, because, like, you're that much younger than me. Now, obviously, it makes a huge bit more of a difference when you're in school, right? 24 to 32, that's nothing. If you didn't tell me you were 24, I wouldn't know you were that much younger, right? Euland is the old man in 8 years. Oh, no, I'm old 2 years ago. 30 is old. But, like, when you know that age difference, when you think of it in terms of, like, when I was in 12th grade, this person was in 4th grade. That's like a, like, holy shit. This person's fucking... they're just young. And so when you say you're old, I'm like... you don't know what old is. If He's a child, I'm infant. Basically, yeah. But, like, obviously, as you get older... Shut up, Lost One. Oh, no, that's Logitech. I saw the green. Sorry, Logitech. I saw the green, and Lost One is 3 months older than me, so I was like, shut up, Lost One. Wait, why am I apologizing to Logitech? Sorry, Lost One. Lost One's out here taking shots for fucking nothing. Fuck you, Ewan. Ewan is still young. I'm not Logitech. 30 is old. I saw it in an episode of Friends. If 30 is old, what the fuck am I? Not old, error. No, as you get older, age means less and less, right? So if I'm 30 hanging out with a 25-year-old, the 25-year-old just might even be more mature and seem older. The part that you actually saw it in an episode of Friends says it all. I know. Dude, one of them's dead. That still feels weird. That's still like... They felt timeless, the 6 of them. One of the actors from the cast of Friends died. The guy who played Chandler. I think his name was Matthew Perry. He, Oh, Zoe, if you're still here. I saw more of how he died. Apparently, if you ever have a heart attack or a stroke, and he had a heart attack due to substance abuse in the past, heat is very damaging to you. So it's like if you go in a jacuzzi, if you've had a heart attack before, this is like super risky and you should never do it without supervision. But this guy just had a jacuzzi in his backyard. And normally he had a personal assistant that would like keep an eye on him, but they went to the store for like 2 hours or something. And when they came back, he had, was face down in the water. And I remember talking about this with Zoe, and Zoe was like, drowning in a jacuzzi sounds crazy. Normally, like, jacuzzis are kind of small, so, like, even if you were, like, passing out, you could, like, maybe get your head over the side, right? This guy's jacuzzi was the size of a fucking pool. Like, literally just a pool, but the whole thing is heated like a jacuzzi. Yeah, he's fucking, Hollywood millionaire. So, and he, like, recently been like, man, jacuzzis are the best thing ever. I want the biggest, fattest, best jacuzzi. So he literally had, like, a 15 by 20 foot jacuzzi in his backyard. And so he was chilling in it. He'd had a heart attack in the past, so he was more, he's like predisposed to more heart attacks, especially one being triggered by heat, like from a jacuzzi. And so it was like, to us who, just don't know these things, to normal people is like, whoa, he drowned in a jacuzzi or he had a heart attack? What was it, substance abuse? What's going on? But to like any medical professional, it was just like, wait, this guy had a heart attack in the past and he was in a jacuzzi? Well, of course he fucking died. So it's like, that's what happened. Oh, it stopped raining. Logitech, tell me if this is true. There's a WoW joke. You need food? Go get food. There's a WoW joke, Logitech, that, big steppy sounds today. This mic just probably, like, doesn't have a noise gate on it because I used the Vive Pro the one day. If it's bothering you too much, Lost One, I can fix it. I just gotta stop walking. Logitech, how do you know if somebody played Classic WoW? Died on his big-ass jacuzzi. Doesn't sound that bad. Well, he did die drowning, and having cardiac arrest. Which, cardiac arrest is different than a heart attack, but not the most pleasant way to go. I'd like to go in my sleep. Not good, was just letting you know. I know how you are about sounds. Never mind. They always talk about it. Don't worry, Logitech. They'll let you know. I was literally in a chat once when they were playing WoW Logitech, and I was talking about WoW jokes. I literally looked up a list of WoW jokes. And some of them were kind of funny, you know. What do you call a group of druids in a jacuzzi? A hot tub. What do you call a group of paladins in a jacuzzi? A bubble bath. And I was like, haha, yeah, back in Classic, we used to tell these jokes all the time in Baron's chat. And then the third joke I got to is, how do you know if someone's played Classic WoW? Don't worry, they'll tell you. Oh. I don't want to tell WoW jokes anymore. Just fucking absolutely self-incinerated myself. But WoW is the joke. Nah, WoW is fun. It is a good game. It's just managed questionably often. Tell you what though, I do hope it gets dethroned. Holy shit, Ashes of Creation looks good. There's another game, PAX Day. I don't think I'm gonna play this one. But Asmongold was playing it. Apparently you could just like dig up everything and make whatever you want in the world. So Asmongold made a guild. All of his viewers joined him. And they built a fucking castle. They literally just mined out rocks and built a castle. No WoW is managed anymore. They just throw shit in it now. It's managed, but if you hear about their pipeline, it's kind of crazy. Their process for Diablo 4 was fucking insane. They would have like 7,000 different employees touch each dungeon. Which is like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. What the fuck kind of process is that? I have like an itch in the middle of my back. Oh, I got it perfectly. I want a drink. Bye, Lost One. I hope it goes fast today. This is the bridge. This is the bridge I was talking about earlier where I leveled my engineer. I just put a fucking Gatling turret right on it. And every 5 minutes the centaurs came. Do you guys know what a Kame is? Not a C-A-M-E, a K-A-M-E. I learned about this recently because of a short on YouTube. A Kame is basically a hill of sand. Which is like, who fucking cares about that? But that's kind of weird to think about, right? Because sand does not hold up in wind. So if you have like, if you had a hill of sand, it should blow away within like 10 years, right? That shit should not last. However, they shouldn't even build up, right? But the way they do build up is, we had an ice age. I thought you meant a cane or a Kame. No, it's K-A-M-E. It's a hill of sand. The way they built up was, the Earth had an ice age. Technically it had like 3 ice ages. But most of the world was covered in ice. And then it started melting. Well, some parts melted faster than others, and the parts that melted would deposit sediment and sand, and like as those melted, they would form rivers from these glaciers that would go over the other parts that were still glaciers. So you'd get like ice melts that would form rivers going over other glaciers, and sediment from those earlier parts would get deposited on top of the glaciers. So you would get like this really big, like the size of a lake, bed of sand and dirt and sediment. And then that other glacier would melt, and this giant orb of like sand and dirt would just go down and eventually make a hill. Which is like, holy shit, the process of making one of these takes literal millions of years. And literally earth-changing cataclysmic events. That's fucking cool. The YouTube guy that talks about this, I'm forgetting his name. But he loves like looking at anything geology related and either debunking it or explaining it. And I saw another one of his shorts where this woman's like, bones degrade in 20 years. So no bones like from dinosaurs that we found are ever real. And he's like, oh, I love this argument. Your stance is that you don't know how to do fucking research and look anything up. And so, for anyone that doesn't know or hasn't thought about this, bones don't last that long. They basically decay within 20 years. Which is why fossils are so rare. Because if an animal just dies, the bones aren't going to last. It has to be oxygen sealed to leave a fossil. So like, if it dies in a tar pit or a swamp, a peat swamp, P-E-A-T, or like a volcano eruption buries it in sediment, that's what it takes for a fossil to be left behind. And so, fossils are incredibly rare because of this. Also, once it's sealed, the bones don't last. They just degrade slower and are replaced by minerals that kind of like build into the bones. So when we find a fossil, there's no bone material left there. It's literally just like a mold or an imprint of that skeleton that was there. And it's been filled in by materials that kind of just stuck to the bones. That's what a fossil is. And that's why this short that the dude was responding to, of a woman going, fossils aren't real, bones degrade in 20 years. And that's why the government is lying to you and giants existed, is like, fucking what? This guy, he seems to be dealing with a lot of conspiracy theorists that think that, like, in the past, giants roamed the earth. Thank you, Mr. King Wolfie. I don't know much about this conspiracy theory, but apparently there's a whole thing that giants used to roam the earth. Just giants, 50-foot tall giants, so that was a common thing. And they look at things as like steppe farms in China or Peru, where they had mountains and they didn't have much flat land. So they would dig into the mountain, make flat areas, and they looked like ginormous steppes. But it's just farming land. They look at those and they're like, these are the staircases of giants. It's like, what? What are you talking? What? It's the dumbest theory I've ever heard of. It's not the dumbest theory I've ever heard. But holy cow, is it up there. What do you guys think about giants? Have you guys even heard of this theory before? High Ordinary Rock. I had never heard about this, like, theory of giants before yesterday. Not really? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit! Somebody was asking about WildStar yesterday, and I was going to send them a video. And I forgot. Shit, who was that? I know the guy you're talking about. He looks like such a dude surfer bro. He looks like he does not have a decade of like paleontology and geology experience. But he's super fucking knowledgeable on these, it seems. He literally just looks like you'd see him at the beach with a surfboard. Wait, I thought Yulin was talking about Yulin? No. I have taken a geology course. It was okay. The teacher was really cool. I didn't give a shit about it, but the teacher was cool and passionate about the whole stuff she was teaching us, so that made it interesting. Fish facts, Euland. Mods. Crush his balls. Unmute his mic and slap his balls with the knot of the, like, really coarse rope. See how long he stays mute then. Do the James Bond thing to him. What is that called? Does anybody even know what I'm talking about? It's like a scene in James Bond where they take his pants off and they sit him on a chair, flogging. It feels like a very specific form of flogging, right? They take his pants off and they put him on a chair that has a hole in it, so his balls are just hanging. And then they have a rope, like one of those really gnarly, coarse ropes. CBT flogging? Not gonna lie, my Dutch genes heard clogging. Huh. Okay, you and Pixel both said AI. I thought you were saying AI is like ow in Portuguese. Does the AI actually mean something? I don't know. The guy has a rope. It looks like a really not fun rope that, like, would give you splinters. AI is reverse in Portuguese? And they smack his balls with the rope. So the joke I was going for was do that to Bits and see how long he stays mute. Oh, here's the guy that fights the spider and fucking dies. It's this veteran spider that you're supposed to kill with, like, a group of 5. And this guy tried fighting it by himself, and he gets his ass whooped. And then, I don't help him. I just walk right by. Yeah. Intelligencia artificial. I probably butchered those words. Yeah. I'm literally just trying to walk away from this and getting, like, suction cupped back into the boss. And I'm like, no! No, please! Okay. I want to do Elden Ring today. I need to take that package first. The package won't take that long, but I need to take that package. Jelen, zo eens Netherlands, Moet en praten. I don't know what any of that means, Fanny. I read, like, the first few letters and I'm just like, it's all Dutch. It's artificial intelligence, but backwards? Oh. Okay, my follow-up question, Jan. Why did you say artificial intelligence backwards? What was the, What was the correlation or connection to the conversation? Because now I'm just like, wait, why was he saying that? Because that's how we say it? We were talking about, like, smacking a dude's balls with a rope. I don't see the connection to artificial intelligence. And you ask if AI was pain or AI. I'm confused, Jan. What does CBT stand for? Two people said CBT flogging, and now I'm like, what does the CBT stand for? Cock and ball torture? That makes sense. There's no way you didn't know that? I legitimately didn't, Bits. Of all people. I don't know how to tell you guys this. I'm not a masochist. I joke that I am, but I'm really not. You didn't see that vid? No. Yeah, how have you missed learning that? It's very possible I learned it at some point and just forgot. Because I fucking love the meme with Carl from Jimmy Neutron. No, Carl, there will be no cock and ball torture in my classroom. Alright, Miss Fritz, I'm about to head out and write a lo-fi EP. That's the meme. There's a whole copy pasta. Yeah, I know the meme because they say cock and ball torture. Do they ever say CBT in it? Yes. I missed it. How? I don't know, I just missed it. Hey, Yulin, what should I play? Hi, Full. You should play... Is this for stream or just for yourself? Cock and ball torture, CBT, is a BDSM or sexual activity involving the application of pain or constriction to the penis or testicles. This may involve directly painful activities such as genital piercing, wax play. I don't want to read the rest of this. Yep, that's that. Tell me for both. If you're playing solo, play Stardew Valley. If you're streaming, shit, you might just play Stardew Valley also. But if there's something you haven't finished, cough, cough, Breath of the Wild, motherfucker, stream that. The copy pasta is literally just the Wikipedia page? I see. Full Metal has one of my favorite Breath of the Wild playthroughs. Because he thinks of everything so differently from most people. There's a lot of obvious things he misses. There's a lot of really obscure and, like, just easily missed things that he catches instantly. My dick is so big that an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to it? There will be things that's like a puzzle that involves finding something on a back wall that's, like, hidden amongst a bunch of other tools. And I'll know this puzzle. And I'll show Core. And she and Fredo and Senril will, like, not get it for 15 minutes. And then Full can walk in and be like, why are there pliers here? And it's like, fucking what? How do you see it that fast? What the fuck, dude? And so with Breath of the Wild, which is such a puzzle game and such a, like, physics-driven game where every puzzle can be solved 7 different ways, Full often has very creative solutions to puzzles. Sometimes it's stupid as hell, and it's the funniest thing ever. Case in point, that's how you fucking do it 2 bombs after 30 minutes. But sometimes good lord. There was one puzzle. It's in the the Lost Woods. There's 4 shrines around the Deku Tree. Hey, if it works, it works. There's 4 shrines around the Deku Tree, and one of them, you have to go in, and there's a bunch of, like, receptacles on the ground that you have to pick up 5 orbs, or 4 orbs for, and put them in the right one. So, it basically corresponds to, like, there's a number of torches at the row, and then there's a constellation at the column. And so you're supposed to look at a wall, see this painting of all these constellations, and be like, oh, this constellation in row 1, there's 3 of them on this wall. So you put them in the 3rd row. That's what you're supposed to do. That was obscure as shit to me. I didn't get it. I literally struggled with this for like 40 minutes. Looked it up eventually. I was like, this is the stupidest puzzle ever. I can't wait to see everybody streaming this game not get this. And most of them didn't fucking get it. They struggle for like 30 to 50 minutes and either someone spoils it or they're like, just tell me what to do. Or I think like 2 of them got it after a while. But Full, he just looks at it and he just goes, constellations. The torches are the number? Oh, number of constellations on the wall. And solves it in a minute. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... What the fuck? I was like, looking forward to seeing him struggle with this puzzle. Because I like seeing streamers struggle in Breath of the Wild. And I didn't get that with this. Full just solved it instantly. But he hasn't played Breath of the Wild in like 3 goddamn years. 2 Hexweave clothes, and I get the cloths, and I get the Alec plushie. Almost, Fanny. You're right there. What was another good puzzle someone did? I think it's Small Ant. He had the puzzle in Tears of the Kingdom where you're supposed to use the thing to make a bat to hit the orb into the targets, and he just bomb arrows it and it works for some reason. I mean, you at least got to see me try and cook my clothes. He did try to cook his clothes. He literally learned how to cook and was like, can I cook my pants? Oh, okay. I was watching the VOD because I was at work when he was doing this. And I literally, like, message him when I get off work the next day. Why the fuck are you trying to cook your pants? What the fuck is wrong with you? I would watch his VOD while I was at work. And he was asleep. And then, like, I would get off work and I'd be messaging him, like, what the fuck are you doing? So I would just barrage him with, like, 17 questions that I had from this 6-hour VOD. No, you were there for that part? There was a lot of it that I wasn't there for. And I remember asking you questions like that, but... Tasty pantaloons? No! There was some of it I was there for. The big one was the 2 bombs puzzle. In Breath of the Wild, you have 2 bombs. You have a square bomb that won't roll, and you have a round bomb that will roll. And Full missed the part that you can have both out at the same time. So he was trying to do a puzzle that literally involves putting a round bomb in a tube to knock up a rock, and on top of the rock you put a square bomb and blow something up at the top of the, like, this thing that you knock up. You literally need both bombs for this. He didn't know you had 2 bombs, so he was trying to, like, knock it up with bombs. Or he was trying to put a bomb on top, but use the time stop thing to, like, give it all the momentum to go up. And he did it. He pulled it off. And he was just like, that's how you fucking do it. And I messaged him later, like, that is not how you do it. You just use 2 bombs. You were just like, did you just Full? Oh, by the way, Elin, you saw that I got Council of Exarchs exalted, right? I did. Yeah. Breath of the Wild playthroughs are the best thing ever. Tears of the Kingdom playthroughs are good. But the problem is, Breath of the Wild is like, it's your first game typically between the 2. And so you're learning just how crazy the physics can be. And Breath of the Wild is just the perfect storm of a new player dying over and over. With Tears of the Kingdom, you go into it with a lot of experience from Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. With Tears of the Kingdom, it's less like... you get less new player shenanigans. Unless you're fucking Reaper, who played Tears of the Kingdom without playing Breath of the Wild, like a psychopath. And I just look at you like a deer at an oncoming car, like, what do you mean there's 2 bombs? It was... I remember losing my shit full when you just kept trying to do it that way, and it was like, there's 2 bombs. He's gonna figure out there's 2 bombs, right? And then, like, you almost got it after 10 minutes. I was like, oh no, that's gonna positively reinforce him. He's gonna do this for the next half an hour. I still need to pick it up. I have everything too. Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? Because I'll tell you right now, Tears of the Kingdom is better than Breath of the Wild. It does feel like more Breath of the Wild. Hi, Sarah's. But, like, Breath of the Wild feels like the testing phase for Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I can get it. Why not? Man, I want to, like, redo all of the Final Fantasy videos with the new editing stuff so that they don't have any breaks. Bless you, by the way. I didn't sneeze, I yawned. What the? I feel like I want to fix all of my Final Fantasy videos. But that'll happen when Dawnbringer comes out. Wait, no, it's not Dawnbringer, it's Dawn Trail. When Dawn Trail comes out, they'll do the graphics update and I'll redo all of these videos. Because everything will look prettier. I should do every side quest ever before dawn. Do 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 do. Get ready to hear that for the next 40 minutes. What are we at? 3.5 miles? God, something big happened yesterday. Something that I was like, I cannot wait to talk about this, and I'm just forgetting about it. I already was when I was helping Foss level Blue Mage. Foss told me to tell him when I'm recording Final Fantasy videos so that he can show up in the video. And I had done all of the Heavensward and Stormblood zones when we had this conversation. So I was like, well, you can't go to the zones I have left to do because you're a trial. You don't have Shadowbringers. And he's like, oh, heck. And then I had a fucking evil idea. I'm gonna tell him anyway. So yesterday I was recording Raktika Greatwood. And I was like, Foss, I'm recording Raktika Greatwood. And he was like, fuck you. And when I record the next zone, I think it's like the Maquid Desert or something. The desert zone is what I'll do next. I'm gonna message. No, maybe it's the fairy place. I don't know. Whatever zone I do next, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm recording this one next. I've done Lakeland and I've done Raktika Greatwood. The thing about Final Fantasy zones is that the order of the zones is kind of weird, right? Ass. Oh, Ilmeg. That's it. Look. Foss is just as much, if not a bigger ass to me, so it's okay. He was the one yesterday that was sitting there going, Yulin's a mod, he's a bitch, he doesn't count. He's not a person, he doesn't have feelings. He's always nice to me, what the? X to doubt, Zai. He's only mean to me. Anytime he's nice to me, I'm like, alright, where are we going this? What's the joke? What reason are you being nice to me to build me up and break me down? I don't think he's been rude to me so far anyways. Maybe he's still like new friend with you where he's like, I don't know how real I can be with them. Well, I should probably move my texts below chat. I felt like I already tell you to do too much, that I didn't want to be like, hey, move so that you're not covering chat. But I did notice it. Plus, now you're in head pat range. Yeah. Doo-doo-doo. Doo. This song, it's not bad. It's a good song. It's just, man, it's repetitive. I love it, to be honest. I love it for 5 minutes. And then I'm like, alright, I'm ready for something new. I do love how it doesn't have breaks. That is one really good thing about it. Love when it changes to the slow part. I need to catch up on the Final Fantasy story. I finished Endwalker and I haven't done any post Endwalker. It's just so hard to care about it. And it looks good. I see the shit with Zero and the Void and the 12 and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't care. Love how you mentioned breaks and I mentioned a slow part. Well, they're completely different. A slow part is absolutely fine. It's a break where it's like the music just stops and you don't hear anything for a minute that's like, I hate this. This part? I weighed myself yesterday. I hadn't weighed myself in like 5 days. And I've been stuck at like 160 to 162 and like hovering between those. And I was 158 yesterday. And I was like, what the shit? Let's fucking go! So that's 47 pounds. Yeah, I was stuck between 42 and 44 pounds. I couldn't get to 45 pounds less. And then suddenly I'm just 2 to 3 pounds past it. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I also did not expect to have lost weight. Because Shin sent me a bunch of candy from the UK when he sent me the phone. Trying to start a goal. Grill at 32F is new form of CBT of the cooking world? Huh. Grill at 32 Fahrenheit. So like it's freezing outside and you're grilling? What, did I just ass flashed with that jump? Yeah, a little bit. I thought you were just jumping in excitement. I was? Mm-hmm. Shit, that reminded me of the oven I turned on. Well, go turn it off, or actually cook something. It's so funny to me how fucking lazy I've gotten with food. At first I was like... There was a while where I was using the oven for every single meal. And then I switched to the pressure cooker, and I was cooking like 2 things with the pressure cooker. And then I cut out rice for tortillas, and I was only using 1 thing for the pressure cooker. And now I'm just like, tortilla, can of beans, microwave, 30 seconds. Job's done. I hate the effort and chore of cooking. I genuinely just like look at it as time wasted. Even when I make a meal that takes like 5 minutes in the microwave, I'm just like, ugh, I hate this. I think what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna have one of my burritos with half a can of beans. And then I'm going to have rotisserie chicken later with parents. And tomorrow I'll have the other half of the can with a tortilla. And then I'll have a frozen meal I have. Lewd? What was lewd? You've never seen a lewd stream? A lewd thing on this stream in your life. We definitely didn't have a nudist beach on. You know what you did, Euland? No, I don't. That's why I was asking. You're talking about yawning? Was it lewd to yawn? Do you guys remember the meme? The video of there's like 5 deer in a guy's backyard, and he sneezes, and all the deer like panic because they hear it and they leave. And his wife goes, "Nice, Ron." And he goes, "Oh, what? I can't sneeze? I can't sneeze in my own fucking house?" It's just like, oh god. This marriage feels like it's on thin ice. As Zai's decree, it's lewd to yawn. It is not lewd to yawn. Zai is wrong. I'm needing a drink. I should unmute every time I do it then? You could if you want. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just a love emote. Okay. Food, post office, Elden Ring. Aiko is gonna stream today, but it's a Monday, so he doesn't let people join him. And Core's not streaming today. I should probably do a little bit on my Demon Hunter. I don't know what tank I want to play. I hate this in WoW. We're not playing Paladin. We're not playing, what's the other tank I have 0 interest in? Warrior seems like it'd be good, but so fucking basic. Like, I feel like Warrior's the tank that just you see a million of, so I don't want to play it. Death Knight, while I would like it just as much, if not more than Warrior, I know it's the meta tank right now, so you see a million of them, and I don't want to play it. Monk seems intimidating, but I like how you never see Monk tanks. But aesthetically, it's about getting fucking drunk, and I'm like, I don't know if I like that. Demon Hunter seems alright, but I don't think I like it as much. Druid, I like the rotation, but I don't like the aesthetic. What's the last tank? Paladin is just right out. Paladin is just like, I dislike the aesthetic so much, we're not playing this. Demon Hunter is now brain dead easy. Getting drunk, hell yeah. Yeah, monk tanks are brewmasters. Demon Hunter looks like you put up spikes and then you put up Sigil of Flames. And you just alternate between the two. It looks brain dead easy. But I'm also like, I don't know if I really want to deal with this. Also, Demon Hunter DPS is broken as hell too. Sounds like it. I have zero interest in playing Demon Hunter DPS. If I'm gonna DPS, I'm gonna be an Enhancement Shaman. And then there's a few things I like Survival Hunter sounds fun. Feral Druid sounds fun. But I'm really liking Enhancement Shaman right now. I'm a washed up DPS player, Logitech. So... so I fucking suck. And I need brain dead DPS to play. Which Demon Hunter would be brain dead, but... I don't know. I really like Enhancement Shaman, and Demon Hunter isn't really an aesthetic I like. They're like the edgy kids that I don't want to associate with. You know what I mean? If I did play a tank, I'd want to be one of the mobile ones, which is Monk Warrior Demon Hunter. Druid Paladin and... God, I'm always forgetting one. Death Knight. Druid Paladin Death Knight are like... God, it looks so annoying to like move anywhere with them. Whereas... Demon Hunter and Warrior especially are just like, I want to be here, I'm fucking there. And Monk is like, rolls for days, and then the teleports in preparation. I can't imagine playing a tank without high mobility. That just seems so unfun. I also saw something that was like, apparently there was no healers for Season 2 in WoW, and now there's no tanks. And they showed a picture of all these Mythic group queues, and each one had a healer and no tank in it. We're over 4 miles. We're at 4.1. I think we finish with this video. We've done 2 of 5 sections. And so, we're at 4.2 miles. I think we're going to get the 0.8 from this video. That's weird because they nerfed healer mana this season. Oh. Do more? No. We end at 5. If we don't finish, if we're at 4.9 and we get a video, we'll do that video. But I think we're gonna be at 5 by the time we end. I mean, so I have only seen one screenshot of it, Logitech. I can't believe Jan wants me to suffer. How could you? Don't fucking throw tomatoes at me. Stream still can't see them. It's not a UI menu element. Fuck. I don't know what it would count as. I guess environment, but weird. Hi, Carface. You know, one thing I didn't think of. You walk really fast in Final Fantasy zones. So maybe I don't get to 5 by the end of this. I would love to play a healer Logitech. I would love to be like the stereotypical anime healer that everybody loves and wants to protect. And everybody just thinks they're cute and they're just like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to take care of everyone. I would love to be that. But that's not how WoW plays. And WoW healing is all about like ramp up and burst healing. And I'm like, God, I hate this so much. I am so bad at this. I spent the first 2 raids healing as a monk. And my healing was fucking dog water. I can't heal worth anything. I just tank in DPS. So for the most part, over the past 20 years, I've done DPS. In vanilla, I didn't raid. I only raided for like 2 weeks at the very end, and like these raids weren't taken seriously. We were taking like 14 people into AQ20 and killing no bosses. Stuff like that. I think I went through Molten Core with a group of like 22. In Burning Crusade, I very briefly healed Karazhan on a druid. But, I had no clue what I was doing. And I ended up joining a 25-man guild on a survival hunter. I only went survival to bring the attack power debuff because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to be useful somehow, though. And so, I was the token survival hunter of the guild that increased the melee's damage. And, I got decent. I was usually, like, 9th on the damage meter, but I wasn't, like, looking anything up. I wasn't going to, God, what was the Elite's website? It was, like, where you went to learn how to play the game. It was, like, something Elites. I wasn't, like, reading up anything there. Elitist Jerks, that's it. That's the one. By the end of Burning Crusade, Ion ran it. Oh, I didn't know Ion ran it. At the end of Burning Crusade, I had a very humbling experience. And I learned about Elitist Jerks and I got good. Before Sunwell came out, right when Sunwell came out, I switched to Prompt Paladin. And I tanked Karazhan, Zul'Aman, Serpent Shrine Caverns. He's been the GM of that guild forever. So I literally did all 3 roles in Burning Crusade now I think about it. Wrath of the Lich King comes out. I'm like, I'm gonna play Death Knight. Death Knights are so cool, that's gonna be me. And I played a Death Knight all of Wrath of the Lich King. I very briefly tanked on it in Ulduar, but everything else, I was DPS. And I played all 3 specs of the Death Knight. Also, fun fact, Elitist Jerks are originally from Goon Squad. Oh. I don't entirely remember who Goon Squad are. I know I have a friend who uses Goon Squad as a tag, but I think that's just him and his, like, 5 friends. I played a Death Knight DPS all through Wrath of the Lich King. Kata, I started as Warrior DPS. I switched to Warlock DPS. Something awful as Goon Squad? Lol. I very briefly healed on a Shaman and Kata for an alt group, but that lasted a whole 2 weeks. In something awful as Goon Squad is in the website. I see. After Kata was Mists of Pandaria, I tried Warlock, was dog water at it. I switched to Rogue, found out I was a godly Rogue at the time. Like, I was really good at assassination for the first part of mop. And then I quit for a little bit for Siege of Orgrimmar, and when I came back, Siege of Orgrimmar was like just coming out. I got the trinket from the third or fourth boss in Siege of Orgrimmar. The one that lowers your cooldowns when you use certain abilities. And I was like, wait a minute. On a combat rogue, combat already does this. So they're going to be lowering their cooldowns so much, they're going to be like permanent cooldowns. And so I just tried this. I didn't read about this anywhere, I just committed to it. And I switched to combat, and everybody's like, don't play combat, dude. That's like a PvP spec. Nobody plays that. And then I started fucking shredding on the damage meters. And a month later, it was like, oh, combat is the meta rogue spec. We thought assassination was going to be it, but this trinket makes it broken. And I had a lot of pride for this Logitech, because it was like, I found this before it was popular. Hunter from 2006 to Ulduar, then Pally onward. But I also alt-tank on a warrior during TBC. See, I have this problem where, like, I have fun with something, I play it for a patch, and then I re-roll. In Warlords of Draenor, I played a Hunter. I think I played Survival again, maybe Beast Mastery. I played that for the first raid tier. I didn't play for Blackrock Foundry, and when I came back, I played Warlock again for Hellfire Citadel. And I started leveling a rogue. I had it, like, geared from Hellfire Citadel, but my Warlock was way better. We then go into Legion, and my guild wants me to tank. So I tank on a Death Knight, and then partway through Emerald Nightmare, partway through Nighthold, we were a Mythic guild, by the way. I was getting burnt out in the game, and, like, I wasn't running Mythic Dungeons. I forgot to upgrade my legendary legs, and one of the guild members complained, he's like, this guild sucks, this tank doesn't care, nobody cares, why do we have a tank that doesn't run mythics? And the guild leader was like, look, dude, you're not the problem, but I want to keep these guys happy, can you switch to a DPS? And I was like, fuck it, sure. So I switched to Warlock, did okay, switched to Warrior and had more fun. Played Warrior going into the Tomb of Sargeras. And I raided for like 2 months there, and I was like, I'm ready to be done. Didn't play in Taurus at all. BFA comes out. I join a guild. And at first I was tanking as a Demon Hunter, but Demon Hunter was fucking hard for me. And so I switched to Warrior Tank, and I'm doing great. Then our guild falls apart. I have a falling out with my friends. And so I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm not going to play Alliance anymore. I go play Horde. This is the guild that, like, I've been playing with at least some of these people since Wrath of the Lich King. So this guild falls apart, I feel so alone and isolated. I joined some random trade chat guild on Horde. I'm playing an Elemental Shaman. I'm not good at the game. Like, I'm usually the lowest DPS in this group. I'm doing okay DPS. Like, nobody's looking at me and being like, dude, the Shaman needs to get their DPS up. They're holding us back. But I'm always last on the meter, and it just felt so bad. Didn't come back for any more of BFA after the first raid. And then Shadowlands, I find out a bunch of VR chat people playing. And so I start playing with them. I'm still in that guild, and I fucking love every one of them. When I first started playing with them, they needed a healer. So I played as a Holy Paladin. However, we had like 20 people, and the 2 other healers, one of them was about as good as me. The other one is cracked out of his mind, insane reaction times, and probably on cocaine for the stuff he's able to pull off. This guy, it's Willowren for anybody that's seen him in the chat, will just do double your healing. Other healers hate him and they say he snipes heals, but he's literally just healing. He's just good. And so at the time I was like, well, if he's gonna do like all the work is healing and I'm not doing anything, but he still needs me here like sometimes for like big healing moments where he needs cooldowns, I'm just gonna focus on damage. So I built my Holy Paladin for damage. I was the Venthyr Covenant, and I had Hallowed Ground. Yuland is a great culie. Yuland snipe cuteness. How dare you, Jack. Will's pretty cute himself. He's just quiet and shy, so it's hard to catch him on VR chat. I built this Holy Paladin for damage, and I ended up... A fight would start, I would use a potion, I would throw down a Hallowed Ground and Avenging Wrath, and I would spike it like 10k DPS, while our Ret Paladin and Shadow Priest are spiking at 10k DPS. So it's literally I'm a healer doing the DPS of just a standard DPS in the first minute. And it was so fun. I didn't give a shit about healing. I just let Will do that. Healing just FYI. Your microphone icon? I know, Jack. Here's the thing, Jack. If I hide it, you can't see Jan talk. And I want people to be able to see what Jan is saying. If there's a setting to hide the microphone, I'm gonna find it later. It's just harder to look for while I'm walking. My pointer is like all over the place and hard to click on stuff, and I'm just like, I'll just deal with that later. So, look at my microphone for now. I would focus on DPS in the Castle Nathria raid as a Holy Paladin. And, I can talk, but you guys won't understand me for the most part? Yeah. We would look at WoW logs at the end of raid, and as a healer, I was like 20 to 30%. I was garbage as a healer. As a DPS, I was top 100 like every fight we did. Literally, I was like 79th best Holy Paladin for damage in the world on Boss 1. 55th best Holy Paladin in the world for Boss 2. 98th best Holy Paladin in the world for Boss 3. And I just had orange logs. I was like, oh, I fucking love this. I didn't do any of the other raids in Shadowlands just because I was boycotting Blizzard because this is when the lawsuit happened. I'm also focused on Grob's slime. Not going to talk much. In Dragonflight, I played Monk Healer. I have a really big problem, Logitech, where I go, what does the guild need? And they go, we need healers. And I would go, I'll play a healer. And then it's not what I'm good at, and I'm not particularly having fun on it. But I played Monk Healer, and it was the same thing. I'm healing with Will. We have much less people. We have like 8 people, and we have to pug 2 each time. I gotta make another because I lost a bet with him. Oh no. I'm playing Monk Healer. Hey, back from dinner. Welcome back. I figure I get to focus on damage and just punch things. But because we have only 10 players instead of like 20, I have to do more healing. I can't just ignore healing and leave it for the other 2 healers. And like, I'm just not doing good on healing. I'm not doing good on damage. And so the first raid and the first half of Abris, where I also played Monk, was just like, man, this is depressing. I'm not doing the numbers that I used to do, and this fucking sucks. I took a break during Shadowland 2 when New World came out, and didn't come back till the tail end of that expansion. I need to be more selfish. I've rated as every role. I'm just not a good healer. Maybe I'd be a good shaman, because they're less about, like, cooldowns and whatnot, and more about just fucking dropping Healing Rain and doing that. But I need to stick to my roots. Melee DPS and tanks. I'm a shit healer. I'm a mediocre range DPS. My face when healing isn't a heal slut. Fanny, I would love to. I would fucking love to be a heal slut. It's just not natural for me. It's just... I'm bad at healing. Which maybe that would make me a good heal slut, right? Like, I fuck up the healing, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this, and I have to get punished all the time because I'm so bad at healing. Maybe I'm the perfect heal slut, actually. Hold on. I want a tank. That's what I want to do the most in WoW right now. The problem is my guild has like 5 people that want a tank. And I don't have a tank set up. If I had a tank set up, you want to be punished? I don't want to be punished with pain. But yes, I want to be punished. If I had a tank set up, I would have told my guild, I'm tanking now. I've played the filling role healer for 2 expansions, or an expansion and a half. Well, I guess 3 raids. I'm fucking tanking. Get over it. And I feel like they'd be like, I mean, yeah, that's fair. All the tanks that we have can also play DPS. And so... Yulin, you know I'm a healer without a group ATM? Yeah, I'm glad you're having fun with it, but it's a really slow and weird way to level, Fanny. You're supposed to level as a DPS, but you just want to be a healer to be a healer. You would level a lot faster if you were Retribution, but it's not about speed, it's about fun. What are we at? 4.9? We're absolutely gonna get to 5. Hi, Juice. We're almost at the end of the walk. Oh, I didn't mute. You slept in? Hell yeah. I tried to mute there and I was about to clear my throat, but I guess I didn't press the button hard enough. So I almost did like a literal hacking loogie sound into the mic, but I caught myself. You're all welcome. The markers must be wrong. Or maybe people finally stopped buying all my leather. Oh, the market must be wrong. I don't know why people would be buying your leather, Fanny. But also, time of day and day of week matters. So, if you put things up at 3 a.m. for US time, nobody's gonna care. If it's like 3 p.m. for US time, which is like 9 to 10 p.m. your time, things are gonna sell better. Also, Tuesdays. The weekly reset is between Monday and Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, things will sell best on Tuesday because that's when everybody gets new stuff and needs new stuff. That's when like weekly quests reset. That's when raid lockouts reset and they can all get new raid gear. Tuesday is when stuff sells the most. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it's the end of the week and typically people have taken care of things that they needed to already. Five miles. No video after this one. Also, FYI, Storm Shield does have an auction house. Hell yeah. I hate Storm Shield. I think it's the worst city of any expansion. In vanilla, if you were Alliance, you had Stormwind. If you were Horde, you had Orgrimmar. You technically also have Darnassus, Ironforge, Thunderbluff, Undercity. But like, Stormwind and Orgrimmar, those are the big ones. In Burning Crusade, everybody goes to Shattrath. In Wrath of the Lich King, everyone goes to Dalaran. And these are amazing cities. In Kata, they go back to Stormwind and Orgrimmar. In Mists of Pandaria, they go to the 2 shrines. It's like the Shrine of 2 Moons and Shrine of 7 Stars. These are kind of small and weird, but I liked them. Very golden themed. In Warlords of Draenor, you've got Storm Shield and War Spear. And man, these fucking suck. Literally just used assets on a fucking island in the middle of nowhere. Ugh. Dumb cities. They planned for the Temple of Karabor, the Black Temple, and Bladespire Citadel, and just didn't finish them. Anyhow, I think people still bought it in the past because Draenor Tailoring and Draenor Leatherworking have unique mounts. Yeah. Yeah, but like you're only getting mount collectors that are catching up. Right? If you were in Dragonflight and you were selling leather there, it would sell instantly every time because it's current content. Especially right now with the new patch. Stuff is probably selling like fucking hotcakes in Dragonflight. What was after the thing? Warlords of Draenor. In Legion, we got Dalaran again, which people think is like the best city. I don't know if it's my favorite city, but it was cool to get it again. BFA, we had Borealis and Zuldazar. Okay. Borealis, an amazing city. It looks good and everything's close together. Zuldazar is possibly the coolest looking city, but functionally the worst city. Literally, it's split into two parts on different sides of the zone. Half the stuff is in the middle, half the stuff is in the south. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this. I don't know why they hated Horde so much, but they said fuck Horde and did this to them. Shadowlands was Oribos. Oribos kind of sucked. Oribos was kind of dookie. And then in Dragonflight, there's Valdrakken. Valdrakken's alright. It's not like the prettiest thing ever. It has everything you need, I guess. If I were to pick a top 3... This is hard. I think I would put Shattrath at the top for me. Then Shrine of Two Moons. And then... Oh, it's hard between Dalaran and Borealis. And then Dalaran. No, I gotta put Dalaran above Shrine of Two Moons because you can't mount in Shrine of Two Moons. And what I would do in Dalaran is I would get bored. I would just hang out watching videos or talking to people and just run circles around the area. And I actually met some great friends running circles like that. Nice, yeah. 5.2 miles. Can I pause from here? No, of course not. We were just talking about Zuldazar. I need to redo that video, though. So I have Dragonflight now. You got the War Within just for stream? Actually, I don't even have War Within yet. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We're back to hiding UI elements. No, I want them like this. I want this. Pins. Pin 3. Put that up there. Everybody look away. Don't look at me. Wait, did I? Oh. This almost... The belt almost came out of one of the loops. That would have been annoying. Yep. Yep. Oh, I should have done squats before I turned those around. Nice view. Where's the thing? There it is. Lol. Pat, pat, pat. BRB unlocking Dragon Place now then? We're gonna put that there. This here. I need you to move either behind you or up there. Because if you're right where you are, it looks like I'm just gonna be fucking squatting on your lap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Also got 2 more of the really rare 100% mounts. Hell yeah. 13, 14, 15. I wouldn't be against it, Jan. But that's super TOS and against the rules for Twitch. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Damn. Yeah. No, I need this. What is a world I haven't been to in a while? We haven't been to Starry Sphere in a bit. Here we go. And then while this loads, we update the title. 5.2 miles, and now we rest. Did I get that right? I did. I remembered today. I remembered my fucking pillow. Oh. Where are we going? Down here? Yeah. It falls? God dang it. I wanted to put it on the wall. Watch streak? Hell yeah. 10 consecutive streams. I feel like you followed 10 streams ago. I feel like you followed 5 streams ago. Huh. Which 2 of the mounts did you get, Fanny? There's 1 for each zone. And then there's 2 super rare ones. So there's the hippo, the wolf, the Talbuck, the Ellic. I think I'm forgetting 2. No, there's a the Meadow Stomper. Oh, drinking game? Yeah. There's 1 I'm forgetting. And then there's 2 super rares. There's the Sunfist Gronling. This thing's rare because it takes 72 hours for it to spawn. The Bloodhoof Bull and the Swift Breeze Strider? Okay. The other super rare is the, it's like a Void Touched Hatchling. You'll come across like a purple portal, and you have to beat the rare inside of that. Oh, I missed your follow. Hi, Two Canoe. Thank you for the follow. We walked 5.2 miles. Yep, heard of that being painful. I've checked for it. I've never, like, farmed for it. I've never, like, just done circles around all of Draenor trying to find a portal. There are 4 floors, by the way, Jan. I think this is the bottom floor? But there's the floor we started on, a floor above that, and then a floor above that one. Totally didn't just fall off the ladder. The rare mounts in Draenor are easier to get while in Chromie time, due to its only people in that phase. What? I didn't know that! Oh my god. Anytime I've gone there, it's been on a fucking max level. Fuck. That makes it so much easier. That's a pro tip, Logitech. Shit, I might find some character that just, like, park out there. Because I would love to have the Void Touch Strider. I got a bunch of mounts doing that. I have a level 30 priest. I might just put it out there. Just check it now and then. War mode also works. Yeah, but I don't want to play in war mode. War mode is just like... So I used to be super elitist. I used to play on PvP servers. And I was like, if you're not playing on a PvP server, you're a fucking baby. You're a fucking wimp-ass bitch if you play on a PvE server. And then in the end of ICC, my guild moved to a PvE server. We were having just recruiting troubles on our PvP server. And so we said, fuck it, we're going to a PvE server. We found one with people that, you know, needed a group. We were basically going there to merge guilds with somebody. And I was like, the whole time I was like, we're going to a PvE server? Ugh. This is ridiculous. This is so dumb. I can't believe we're doing this. Ugh. And complained the whole time. And then after playing there for a few months, I went back to a PvP server for something, and I was fucking paranoid. I realized that going back to a PvP server, I was so stressed out. I was like, literally just not having fun. Because when you play on a PvP server, you have to keep your cooldowns ready for a fight. Thanks, I was going to do that. Yeah. Playing on a PvP server, you have to keep your cooldowns ready in case someone jumps you. You can't overpull. You can only pull like one mob at a time. And you're constantly scanning. You're constantly like looking over your shoulders, looking behind you, keeping note of what's going on around you. If you come across a dead body, if you see like a dead NPC, you know someone else is in the area. And it's like, man, someone else is here. I gotta be fucking careful. And you are so on edge playing on a PvP server. And I realized, hey, this is fucking stressful. I don't like playing like this. So from then on, I always wanted to play on a PvE server. And people would be like, you play on a PvE server? You're a fucking baby. Play on a PvP server like the game's supposed to be. And I was like, hey, go get hemorrhoids. Fuck you. And then they added war mode in BFA, which BFA did a lot wrong. But war mode is fucking incredible. My guild died during Lich King progress due to recruiting issues, but it was all our fault on taking the free transfer to that server at the beginning of Wrath of Lich King. Well, you took a risk, right? So, like, that server could have popped off and gotten a lot of people. Or, you know, not many people took it and... Oops. Let me see. I started... I don't want to be a bother. by a random constantly. Yeah. We thought the original server was overloaded, but it was just Wintergrass lagging the server. I played on the server Garithos back in vanilla with Alliance, and my Horde characters were on Drakthul, I think. And then in Burning Crusade, my high school buddies all made Horde characters on Maiev, which was a new server. And so I made Horde there and kind of like never played Drakthul again. And Drakthul was where I started like actually raiding and making friends. Not Drakthul. Maiev is where I started actually raiding and making friends. In Wrath of the Lich King, we started on Maiev. But because Maiev ended up being a dead server, we ended up going to, I think, Blackhand. No, Area 52. We went to Area 52. We played there for a while. I think eventually we went to... I want to say we went to Blackhand then. And then Blackhand died. And so we were like, it'll be easier if we go Alliance and we go to Proudmoore. And like, Proudmoore was the gay server. Because of gay pride, that's where all the gay people go. So, we had people that were like, really? You're really gonna like take us to the gay server and disguise that as fucking recruiting issues for your guild? And it was like, we're having fucking recruiting issues. I don't care that we're gay. The gay people need to raid too, and we need people to raid with us. And so, we went to Proudmoore, we switched to Alliance. It was pretty good. It solved all of our recruiting problems, and that's where I stopped playing. I want to join a gay server. Should be fun. When I came back to WoW with VRChat people, I asked Lele, because Lele was planning to make a guild in Shadowlands. She was planning to go hard in WoW. I was like, hey, what server are you going to be on? And she's like, I play on Mal'Ganis. And so I leveled up a shit ton of characters on Mal'Ganis. This is when I just enjoyed leveling. And I literally, over the course of like a month or two, leveled up like 10 characters to max level. Lele ended up having a massive ovarian cyst and just not playing Shadowlands. And then she also read about the lawsuit, and she's like, man, Blizzard sucks so much, I'm just going to boycott Blizzard, never play them again. And so because Lele didn't play there, none of the people that were going to play with Lele played there. And so I was like, oh, well, shit. And so that's when I found the VRChat people. They were playing on Zul'jin, and that's where I've been since. I started on Dragonblight, transferred to Lightbringer mid-TBC. Then Wrath of the Lich King transferred to Garrosh, Guild Dead, and my 10-man group transferred to Mal'Ganis. Didn't play much during Kata. I transferred to Sargeras at the end of Kata, and that's where I've been since. Imagine him as a big titty goth GF. I'm also on Zul'jin because of you know who? Wonder who you know who is. Global, I don't know who that was to, but I hope you're not referring to me with the big titty goth GF thing, because like I think I'd be a fucking awful big titty goth GF. Like, I don't know. I think I'm way too jokey and bubbly to be a goth. But also big titty? Like, well, I guess you're not saying big as in tall. I could be a big titty like short stack. Again, Bimboy. Gap Moe. I need my arm in front of yours. Oh, it is in front of yours. Okay. Yeah. What do you mean, what, Level 60 at Dragonflight? What could possibly go wrong? Well, leveling is holy. You're actually gonna have to fight stuff now. You're not gonna one-shot everything. I mean, the inverse Rule 63 version of Yulin would be a big titty dom goth girlfriend, right? I suppose. You moved! You line yourself up with the couch. I'll line myself up with you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what weird ass. I don't know how. It's because you did so much. You were getting reduced experience, Fanny. But you were just doing so much stuff. Sorry, I was trying to type. All good, all good. I wasn't actually mad. You were doing so much stuff that you were still getting experience, but like... that was a very weird way to level Fanny. You're actually gonna like hit stuff for like 2 to 4% of their health from now on. Thankfully, you're a healer, so you won't be at risk of dying. But when you go to the Dragonflight zones, it's going to be very, very different. What did we do today? 5.2 miles? Not gonna lie, it also was for BFA. Yeah, I don't know what wacky ass scaling you'd gotten into. It's not supposed to be like that. Leveling as a healer is supposed to be like, you hit things for 2% of their health and it takes you like 15 to 20 seconds to kill anything. Maybe your Holy Shock hits hard, but that's it. Your Holy Shock and your Hammer of Righteousness would hit hard. Your Justice might hit hard also, but it's not like a Retribution Paladin where you have twice the abilities and they have lower cooldowns. I wish Yulin didn't bark. It's hard to sleep when he does that. You have to let me in the room, Global. It's the separation anxiety. You can't just fucking leave me in the hallway and not let me in the bedroom. Of course I'm gonna bark. This is basic dog maintenance 101. Zai. LOL. Somebody was doing the wrong chat messages in LowFam's chat yesterday. And they were just bad at it. And LowFam's like, you need the Yulin to teach you how to do this. And then I put one that I don't remember what it was, but I was proud of it. Oh, it was, I'm really looking forward to playing Season of Discovery with you, LowFam. I feel like we don't see much of each other anymore. And maybe after I can get on that season of that dick or something like that. It was so dumb. Who's live? We're at 11:39. We gotta spy on people. We gotta spy on people. Holy shit, he's actually playing Breath of the Wild. Oh my god. I didn't think he'd actually do it. Full is actually playing Breath of the Wild after 3 years. I don't know if that's who we're gonna raid, but I can tell you I'm gonna be watching that. Oh man, 3 years. I literally met him from his Breath of the Wild playthrough. Like, that was like, I'd seen him like once or twice through Core. She probably raided him at one point. And he was in like the video watch calls that we were in. But I like didn't know who he was, and then he started streaming Breath of the Wild, and I like really got to know him through that. Also, me getting Dragonflight means I can get the Magma Mammoths now. This is true. So are you just fucking loving World of Warcraft, Fanny? Because, like, that was not a long time on the trial before you got Dragonflight. I'll tell you right now, if you make enough gold, you can buy WoW tokens, which give you a month of playtime. Not gonna lie, yeah, loving it. Do play it in moderation. Make sure you get your actual, like, responsibilities done. Any editing or art or whatever IRL stuff you have going on. Don't let WoW take up all your time. I did this in high school. I was a straight A student, and then high school started, and I got WoW, and my grades fucking tanked. I went from straight A's to straight D's. And my parents were like, okay, this is a problem. We are cutting you off WoW. We're cutting you off all electronics. You're not allowed to play video games or watch TV until you get your grades above D's. If you have C's and above, you're not grounded. And I was like, fuck. And it took me like 2 months to get ungrounded. And my grades were kind of bad. Ever since then. I was only doing the bare minimum. No, I was really bad in high school. I had zero self-control and discipline when it came to playing games, and most notably WoW. Junior and senior year of high school, I was more under control. I was better about it. And then in college, I was bad again. I kind of relapsed. And then the later college semesters, I kind of learned how to study while playing video games. And I was a lot better. I was a lot better. I went back to being like a A and B student halfway through college. And then I graduated with that degree. Went to school a second time. I went to get an associate's degree for 3 years. And that one I think I was a straight A student. I think I might have had a few B's. But it was very much like I need to incorporate studying into video game time. It was very important that I like make flashcards, and anytime there was a moment to read them, like a loading screen or a death timer, I read through flashcards. And then when I graduated with my second degree and I got a job, life was completely fucking different, and there was no need to incorporate anything into studying. It was like, when I'm at work, I'm on the clock. When I'm not at work, I'm free. I have no idea what you just said, Jan, because you typed a long thing, and then you typed somehow. Oh, I think I can look up the chat log, actually. But you instantly wiped the thing you said. Your avatar. Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. Chat box. Can I not just bring up the chat box? Okay. Whatever. Wait, actually, since I was looking at those settings... Is there something to show my microphone? Doesn't look like it. I was just saying I improved in high school, and then stuff went downhill when you got sick. Oh no. WoW was out when I was in high school. but I knew people who skipped school to play EverQuest. WoW wasn't out when you were in high school. Okay. WoW came out the last year of my middle school. I still got excellence thingy somehow. What do you mean somehow? You got it by being excellent. Also, to be honest, I don't know how I did the level progression either. I was always like, I always played video games. From the age of 6, which was literally like first grade, I was playing video games. I played a lot of Pokemon and just Nintendo stuff back then. Once I hit 4th grade, I got way into Banjo-Tooie and Legend of Zelda stuff. And that's when I really... no, I played a lot of Pokemon before that. I tried my best until I didn't, and yeah. Burnout is pretty rough. I wonder... if I go to the mask... and I show this, and then I put this here. What is... oh, that's... okay, that's Jan's clothes. I was like, is that a UI element being shown? You can't see my microphone, but you should be able to see Jan talking now. It was in, I think, 6th or 7th grade. I started playing Diablo 2. That's where all my time went then. And then when I was 14, in 9th grade, or no, I would have been 13. And this was 2004. I went heavy into WoW. And that was like... this was where I just lost all control. Before I played all these games like a ton, but I think maybe I was smart enough to coast and get by these classes without studying at all. And then 9th grade was just, I was finally taking classes that I wasn't smart enough to just coast in, and I hadn't built up the skills for like discipline and studying. Man, it was a fucking rough time in freshman year when I got grounded, because my parents told me no electronics, no PC, no Game Boy, no TV, no GameCube, just all of it I was cut off from. And I was able to convince them, like, hey, I can listen to music, so I can listen to like the radio, right? Or like my CDs, and they were like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, okay, well, I have a Weird Al CD. I have a Weird Al DVD. And it's music. Can I watch this? Even though I'm watching it on the TV, can I watch this? Because it's a DVD, not a CD. And they were like, I don't like this. It kind of feels like you're pushing the barrier, but sure. You know, you're getting your grades up. You can watch this Weird Al DVD. And this is this is probably the saddest moment of my life. I didn't have a PC. I didn't have porn. I was 14 years old without access to porn. And my hormones were going fucking crazy. And like, I was just literally horny 24/7. And so what I would do is... oh no. The only thing I could have was that Weird Al CD. And there was a song, I think it's called, it's the UHF song. And there's a scene in the music video where they show a girl that's like a 1940s ballroom dancer. And she's wearing like practically nothing. It's like she's wearing jewels in the shape of a bikini. And so like you can almost see tits, you can almost see downstairs. That was all I had. And so I have the shame, I have the lifelong indignity of saying, yeah, I got off to Weird Al music videos in my life. Not once, for an extended period of time. because downstairs is like vagina. What's wrong with you, Pixel? I got caught off from games for 6 months at 12 years old. I don't know if you'd hit puberty then. Getting grounded and not having like access to anything at that age, especially if you had access to that stuff, it might be abuse. It was so rough. Why are you shy about saying that, but not admitting that you literally fapped to Weird Al MVs? I'm not shy about saying it. I'm shy about correcting it. I just feel more comfortable saying downstairs. And then when you're like, downstairs, what does that mean? It's like, fucking the thing, dude. I mostly didn't, only on vacation. Yes, it was you called it. I don't know. I didn't want to say vagina, so I said downstairs. If I didn't sneak to get it, that is. Oh, or play in secret. They didn't take my Game Boy away, but I knew if I ever got caught with the Game Boy, I was fucking done. And so I would I think I would go to bed and I would play it under the covers. But I think my mom checked on me once or twice and I almost got caught. And so I was like, okay, we can't do this anymore. So from then on, I would set an alarm for like 5 a.m. and I would only play like 1 hour or so in the morning. So I would like wake up at 5 a.m., play Game Boy, and then 6 a.m. I would like hide it again. And then my dad would wake up and go to work, and my mom would wake up, and she'd wake me up then. And used to do that. Yeah, I look back and I'm like, Jesus, I should have just not let my grades fall. Holy. If my parents did that, it just wouldn't work. I mean, so they could take away any electronics I had at the time. And now, I'd probably have the mental fortitude to just be like, okay, you're not going to make me do what I don't want to do. And I would just lay on my floor and be happy. Like, I could do that now. But back then, I don't think I could. If they took away my electronics, I think I'd be going stir crazy and didn't have the fortitude for it. Also, my parents never knew my grades. My parents sent me to a private Christian school. And so, because they were paying for it, they very much had access to my grades. I also had incentives for keeping my grades up. So, like, they'd give me, like, $25 at the end of the year if I had an A. So, in 7 classes, if I had, like, straight A's, I'd get $175. Remember checking if the lights were off every time. Went to kitchen or bathroom so I could play on my phone that was on living room. $25. I just remember getting Chinese food or like sushi. My parents were very well off. They are very well off. And so I had a lot of luxuries growing up, a lot of privileges that most people my age didn't have. $175 a year for good grades was a lot of money. And then I also just got a lot of money for birthdays and Christmases because I had a big family and most of them are well off too. So when I went to college, I just had like $3,000 in the bank. I had never worked a day in my life, and I just had $3,000 just at my disposal. Damn, I wish. I thought that was normal. And so, like, my college roommate, you know, he worked at a sandwich shop. And I was just like, I would never. I don't need to, and I don't want to. This is actually really funny. When I went to college, my parents were like, "Hey, so you're gonna visit us on the weekends, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know, come home, do laundry, eat good food." I only would get money from my grandma rarely. From college, I'd come home on the weekends because my parents lived, 30 minutes away. And they're like, "Oh, well, if you're coming home on the weekends, that means you gotta have a car. And so if you're gonna have a car, you're gonna need a job. Have you looked at any jobs, Ewan?" And I was like, "Oh, then never mind." And they were just like, "What do you mean, never mind?" I was just like, "Oh, well, I don't want a job, just to have a car. I'll just stay at college on the weekends." And my parents looked at each other, and my mom looked like she was gonna cry, and my dad's like, "Fuck, he outplayed us." And my mom's like, what if we picked you up? What if we just picked you up and brought you home on the weekend?" And my dad was like, "I'm not doing that. You can if you want to. I am not picking him up from college on the weekends." And my mom, because I'm an only child, and she's just like, "Oh, firstborn son, only child, I spoil him rotten." She fucking, for like 6 months, picked me up from college to bring me home on the weekends. And then, it might have been less than 6 months, she had like an old car, and so she got an upgrade. She got a much newer car. But they didn't get rid of the third car. They just let me take that to college and back. And so I had all of the benefits of owning a car, didn't pay shit on it. I think they gave me gas money every week too. And I fucking outplayed the shit out of them with that. Because they were just like, they wanted me to get a job, right? They were like, "You're going to have to get a job so you could get a car." And I was just like, "No, I just won't. Not going to do that. Nope. There's free food at the cafeteria anyway." I imagine having a car. I'm 32 and I've never owned a car. If I can get away with going my whole life without owning a car, it'll be mission accomplished. They would ask and I would say good, but then I just stopped responding one day. Oh. I'm tired. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep much in VR today. I feel like I should get up as soon as possible and go to the post office and get as much Elden Ring time in as possible. Buy a car if you want a car, not because you need a car. Well, if you need a car, you kind of need a car. If you can get away without having a car and you don't want a car, absolutely. But like, I imagine there's a lot of people who don't really want a car, but they need to. Should I get my cute pick now then? Yeah. But also, I'm not like, the moment I end, I'm getting out of VR. If you were like, "Wait, I want a picture," we can do pictures. Ew, but I get it. U.S. infrastructure and all. Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired though. I feel like I'm not as tired as I am in past days, but I'm like, I could nap. A nap does sound good.
What time is it? It's 12. You know what that means. Oh, god damn it, I didn't mean to close that. $12. The boy is live. How do I get my channel points? Yeah, U.S. infrastructure is just completely built and dependent on cars. And, even if it was like, we need to move away from cars, they're bad for the environment and dangerous, and there's no good reason to have them, it would take us 50 years if we were on top of it, if everybody was, you know, cooperating to, switch to a better system. That will never happen. Oh, I know. I'm very much like, I dream of a system where we're less dependent on cars. But, like, one, our infrastructure is 100% built around cars, and it would be the most expensive and difficult thing to switch. Two, we're Americans. Americans juice. You tell them cars are bad, and suddenly they care about cars. They literally could not have given a shit about cars before, but you say cars are bad, you need to get rid of cars, they'll be like, how fucking dare you try to do away with my God-given right to drive a car? Jesus wanted me to have a Ford F-150. And over my dead body, will you take my right to drive away from me? It rains mayo before then, and it'd probably be something tasty, like above Miracle Whip but below Kewpie. The 4x4 Ford hammer that burns a wallet per kilometer. Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating, because, like, cars are just awful for the environment, and we literally have millions of people die every year because of cars. Would be so much better off with, like, walkable cities and more robust train and trolley systems. We wouldn't be literally the #1 pollutant as a country in the world. I mean per mile. Yeah, actually you said kilometer. How dare you? Cars are so fucking bad. But, like, we're built around it. They are convenient. And because we've just grown up with them, it's like, don't you dare take this away from me. What the fuck is a kilometer? Alright, Jen. Look forward. I need this here. I need to get a little bit away from it. I need to move back. Alright, this one. Now you take a picture of this, because I'm too lazy to. But this is my cute face. Hell yeah. I'm gonna let you get one more, and then I'm gonna go back to being sleepy. Nice. I usually have my faces turned off because they're set to both hands, and I'm too dumb to have them set to both. I was having a hard time getting some cute pics. They're set to both hands, so I'm just, like, constantly moving around, faces around. I've asked Shin to unbind them from my right hand, so that they're only on my left and I can like more easily think about them. That's specifically your cute face? You literally have your cute face on all the time, nerd? No, but that one's really cute. I don't know how to make gestures both hands. I think you just assign them to both hands. Like, I think you just assign them all twice. My camera didn't show up on stream, right? It does, but it's fine. They can see your camera right now because I'm showing UI elements. It's because I want to see your chat, and so you on the left hand and the right hand animator are exactly the same. Well, talk to Shin about it because he knows how to do it. And so if I do the rock symbol on this hand, it'll do a face. And if I do it on this hand, it'll do the same face. I'm sorry then. Don't worry about it. Nothing's lost by your camera showing up. If you end up becoming a VR chat photographer and it becomes like a little bit of a hobby of yours and you like taking pictures of stuff in VR chat, I want to introduce you to a friend named Lugs because they take a lot of pictures on VR chat. I might show you their Twitter later. Can't wait for VR face tracking to be widespread so I can look at Yulin's absolute face of disgust and amusement when I say something out of left field and abhorrently horny. See, the problem is it's just going to be a shit-eating grin every time. Just doing this for fun, really? Well, yeah, that's what a hobby is, Chan. I don't want my resting face to be tracked. I did get taught in high school. Oh. But I kind of forgot some stuff. That's okay. Man, I did a quick check of who's live. There's a lot of people live on Monday. I feel like I don't have a bad resting face. I don't have like resting bitch face or anything. People would definitely see my shit-eating grin a lot more. Where like I say some dumb message or say some joke and then I'm just fucking grinning like an asshole. His graphic design course? So that a small part of it? Oh my god. When my cousin was getting married, my face does not change. When my cousin was getting married, they took a very they had a very cheap wedding. We estimate that it cost the whole thing like $450. They rented out the town hall in a very small town. They had 2 Walmart cakes. One of the cakes had a spider on it. They did not hire a professional photographer. The bride knew a friend who had taken a photography course but he didn't have a camera. My dad had a nice new camera, and so we just handed the camera off to the photographer when we got there. We're like, hey, take pictures, give it back to us at the end. And this dude, I don't think he understood that he wasn't a close enough friend to get invited to the wedding, but was there because he said he could do photography and take pictures. And so, like, Dad handed him the camera, and he took a few pictures. Hi, Freya. Hi, love. He took, like, 5 minutes of pictures, and then he sat down. He was like, all right, I'm done. I got pictures. And Dad was like, buddy, you're going to be taking pictures the whole time. He's like, oh, shit. And so he, God, the pictures were awful, too. Every single one was absolute trash. That cousin was a bit of a train wreck. Both of them were into meth, so there were bigger issues than them having a cheap wedding. I was expecting that. Yeah. My cousins are train wrecks too, so no worries. So all of my cousins are actually extremely well off. Meth couple. This cousin technically isn't my cousin. They're like a cousin twice removed, and they're my dad's cousin. I have 3 cousins. One of them is married and has a job. I forget what he does, but it's like office work. He's the wild child, and he probably has his life the most stable of the 3 boys. There's me, who probably has my life the least together of the 3 boys, because no relationship, no job, streaming in my parents' basement. The 3rd boy is kind of the same position as me. He's not streaming. I don't know if he's still going to school. But he made a lot of money on Bitcoin. So it doesn't really matter what he does. He has like financial security in anything. He actually has watched the stream of it. He followed, and I know who he is, but I don't know his Twitch name, that is. I don't know if he's like here today. There is the oldest cousin, who's the only girl, and she went to law school, became a lawyer, married a lawyer, has 1 or 2 kids, I think. She has her life the most together. She recently has stopped working and is a stay-at-home mom now, which is crazy because she was always such a go-getter and so, like, assertive and proactive with, like, responsibility and stuff that the idea of her being a stay-at-home mom is like, whoa, that's crazy. But her life is easily the most together of all the cousins. I have 2 cousins. One's a druggie who's been with the most trashy guys you could ever imagine. And my other cousin eloped with a guy who probably makes $100 a month. Oh boy. That's oh boy. Imagine knowing stuff about your cousins. I have 3 cousins. I didn't always like them growing up. Funny enough, my cousin is going to law stuff. Now I have plenty of extended family cousins, but those are my direct cousins. Yeah, with my direct cousins, the wild child, the one I mentioned at the beginning, who's married, I fucking hated him. I don't want to say he was spoiled, but he really didn't have empathy, so he's just a complete jerk and a bully to people. He was a black belt in karate and absolutely misused that. And he was just like, if something was funny to him, he did it. And he was just very quick to being a jerk. He mellowed out eventually. But we had a funny conversation when we were in our 20s where he was like, Working as a pizza delivery on the side. We had a funny conversation in our 20s where he was like, Aunt Eulin's mom, I thought you hated me growing up. And she was like, my mom was like, what? No, I never hated you. I might not have known how to deal with you, but like, I never hated you, sweetie. He's like, that really means a lot to me hearing that you didn't hate me. And I was like, I fucking hated you. And everybody in there was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, I fucking hated him. He wiped my he wiped my Pokemon save on my Game Boy. He rubbed shit on my bed. He threatened to roundhouse kick me because he was a black belt. He was a fucking asshole. And everyone's like, Eulin, I think you're being a little harsh here. And I was like, no. I mean, I get along with him now, but I fucking hated him growing up. And he was like, oh, I didn't know this at all. Five Nights at Freddy's came out when Eulin was about 20. How many years ago did Five Nights at Freddy's come out? If it was 12 years ago, yes, I would have been 20. I've met like 30 different people where I was told we were cousins. 2014, 9 years ago. I was in 6th grade. Oh my god. So those are my direct cousins. I have so many like cousins twice removed or 3 times removed. I've been to a family reunion like twice in Louisiana where like most of my dad's side of the family is. And it's like a family reunion where like 100 to 120 people show up. It's like there's a lot of fucking people there. I mostly went because I had a really cool great aunt named Margie Jenkins. If anybody like has taken any botany classes in college, you've literally studied this woman because she was such a like authority in botany. No, she was so cool though. She passed away a couple years ago. She was like 98 or 97. She was still working, by the way. She literally had a tree nursery that she was still working with, which is like, fucking stop, just retire. Oh my god. But it kept her active, kept her healthy, and I think she just genuinely liked the work. So, there are some people who will do things till the day they die. That's nice, at least. Yeah, and it's weird being like, I can Google her and find videos from like shittily edited on YouTube from college students who like did a book report on her, which is like, oh my god. The day they stop doing things, they die. When you do get to that age, if you stop moving, you deteriorate so fast. I have a grandma who, she was like 94, and she fell over one day and like busted her hip, and so she had to be wheelchair bound. And just Euland and Portentage, from not moving anymore, from not being able to walk, just dementia set in within a month. And it was like 2 months after she fell and broke her hip, she was just gone. She passed away. Some people gotta go the route of sit around, watch TV, talk to people, etc. Others go the route of get up every day and do something. If I have my way, literal doing nothing is terrible. If I have my way, doing exactly what I'm doing now every day till the day I die sounds like a fucking awesome life for me. If I could walk 5 miles, stream, make walking videos, and just hang out and spend time with friends, whether that's gaming or just like laying in VR chat or in Discord, to me that's like the best life I can imagine. You'll lose muscle like crazy. Yeah. You live longer if you live in a house with stairs. I'd say that's a 50-50. I say the exercise you get from stairs, absolutely. How short your life gets cut if you fall down the stairs, not so much. Too much cake does get to you eventually. There's more to life than what you have now, even if you have a lot. Here's the thing, though. Everybody's different, right? I don't want more. I don't want change. I crave stability and routine. So literally doing this every day, I literally do not want more. Even if my life would be better doing other things, I don't want it because I'm just so averse to change. This is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And if I could do this for another 50 years, that would literally be like a dream come true. Before 12th grade, I was like that. Just have cargo nets on both ends of the stairs. It's not about falling off the side of the stairs. It's about falling down the stairs and I could use some of that happiness. No, it's all mine. I'm not giving away any of it. I want to do what I can to help others be happy. That sounds great, but you can't have any of mine. You can't. I guess the cargo nets would help you catch yourself, right? So if you fall, you've got cargo nets to grab onto and your arm's going to get stuck in them. Was enough for me to get super tired? Yeah. So, so the first 30 years of my life, I didn't well, okay, in school, I always had PE, so I was pretty physically active. And my parents were like, you have to do a sport. Until I was in, like, freshman year of high school, maybe sophomore year of high school, I played tennis, and that kept me active. And then after freshman year of high school, I didn't have to take PE anymore, so I didn't. Did you try in PE? Kinda. I'd get in trouble if I didn't, and we got graded, so yeah. I stopped doing tennis in freshman or sophomore year of high school and started playing bass guitar. So I went from doing PE and tennis to no physical activity. And then from then on, I just slowly put on pounds. I think I'm more the kind of person that I like to do whatever I want and have enough to live and maybe go somewhere every once in a while. Or splurge on game gotcha every now and then. I broke it down that I'd be fine on like 30 to 40k a year. Oh, cool. Bass guitar. Fall nets in the centers of spiral staircases would also prevent going top over too. Did not try in PE. I got graded for PE, so it was like if I didn't try, I'd literally get marked down, and if I got a D, I'd be grounded. So we tried in PE. But Euland, everyone gets graded in PE. Yeah, but I cared about my grades. I wish I learned more than just recorder. I mean, you can always pick up an instrument. You'd have to go buy one, but anybody can learn to play an instrument. And bass guitar is really not that hard. What was it? Euland, did you jog when they said walk? No, if they said walk, I would walk. If they said jog, I would jog. Wait, you've done tennis and bass guitar? What a coincidence. Yeah, so from freshman year to senior year of high school, so 4 years, I took bass guitar lessons. I didn't really care about bass guitar, but my parents were like, you have to do an extracurricular. Did what everyone did in PE. And so I'm decent at playing bass guitar. I'm really bad at reading notes. I was lazy and just always put everything in tabs. If you give me enough time, I can read notes. Would get graded with presentations about PE stuff. I think that's supposed to be presentations. Yeah, no, we just got like participation points every day. And that was basically our grade. So like, if you didn't try on Tuesday, you'd get marked down. And so you wouldn't have 100% of the class, you'd have a 99. If you did that every week and it was 5 days a week, you'd have a fucking 20% of the class. In PE, we had dance. We never had dance. When we went outside, I jogged the entire time. I'm self-taught and don't know any notes. With tennis, so my parents were like, you have to play a sport. And I was like, okay, I'll play soccer. I have bad allergies. So I would like literally just have a near allergy attack from running around on the soccer field. They're like, okay, if you can't play soccer, you need to play on something that has a court. So basketball. Well, I'm a foot shorter than every other kid. And so basketball sucked ass. Well, okay, tennis. We moved to California and we were right next to a tennis club. So I took tennis lessons there. And I did that from like 4th grade to 9th grade. It was kind of rare, but yeah, there was dance. Dance is crazy to me. When we went outside, I jogged the entire time. I was the only one who got to dance with our teacher because I was the only one not being a horn dog. In Illinois, kids are required to have PE every day. Only exception was 1/4 of sex ed in high school. I went to a private Christian school, and so we didn't get sex ed. In 5th grade, they had us watch a video about how our bodies are going to change, and we need to be careful about playing tag with girls because we might, we might tag them on the back, and that touches their bra, and that's inappropriate. And we can't touch their bobs anymore. But also, like, you're going to grow hair and your dick's going to get bigger. That was my sex ed. That was literally all of it. It didn't cover sex at all. Primary school, there was a dancing every year at the end. And something about getting blind. Simply not have sex. Yeah, they just didn't give us any sexual education. I just didn't get it. I learned all of it from the internet. Restarting PC. Okay. It was fucking God. Private Christian school. I remember getting told, do it only with rubber. Yeah, that would have been a nice message for us, but... Oh, it's at just the worst angle. That kind of works. Bruh, the people who think just don't have sex are wild. It's so dumb, because it's like... They're kids. Their hormones are going crazy. You can't just say, don't have sex. It's not the same. All health and sex ed pushed abstinence only. This was public school, by the way. Jesus. I'm actually surprised by how much I've done, even though my 20s started December. When I played tennis, I participated in 2 tournaments. One was in Mazatlan, Mexico. So I actually flew internationally for a tournament. That was fun. Like Dare. My health teacher said to ask them if we needed condoms. Everyone ends up doing something. Well, so most of the kids at my school ended up doing something. I actually didn't. I was the type of kid where they told me something and I was like, okay, and I fucking did it. And so I feel like I'm an oddball in that. In 3rd grade, they told me learn cursive. You're never going to type and you're never going to write and print again. And I was like, okay. And I still write in cursive to this day. And I literally struggle to write and print. I have to think really hard too. I didn't need sex ed because I'm a nerd. That's all the sex ed I need to keep from getting a girl pregnant. Yeah, I mean, so I wore WoW t-shirts to school. So I was kind of in the same boat. Although there were some girls that, like, they showed interest in me and, like, I didn't catch it. And looking back at it, I'm like, oh god, I'm an idiot. Damn, there further I got for a competition in my future middle school. Like, there was a girl in my senior year I had a huge crush. Karen fucking T. She got pregnant during prom because, like, 3 months after graduation, she was huge. I remember Dare. The cop we had was cool. They told me, don't do drugs, and I said, what are drugs? WoW t-shirts? Lamau. Yeah, World of Warcraft t-shirts. I showed up with a t-shirt that said, I survived Baron's Chat. I had one that was the Rogue logo. I had one that was the Druid logo. I was an idiot on the track competition and went full speed at the start. That's how I ran. I had better times when I sprinted at the start. I played Magic. Dare to drug up. Considering the police station is right across the street from the school. Where'd you get these shirts anyway? WoW has a merch store. You can probably still get a lot of their stuff. I don't think you can get the old shirts, but there's probably like newer stuff you can get. You get tired very quickly. So when I would run a mile, they would always tell you jog and then sprint for the home stretch. And I would do that. I would jog, and then just jogging would tire me out, so I'd have nothing for the sprint part. And so we'd run a mile once a week, sometimes 2 times a week. And I was always at the back of the pack. In a class of 30, I was finishing like 28th or 29th. I was really slow. And I was like, okay, clearly what they're telling me to do isn't working. I'm going to try doing it my way. And so one day we're doing the mile and I just fucking sprint. And it was like, we had this field. It was like it was like a football field or a soccer field and then 2 baseball fields or something. And it was like you ran around them 3 times and that was a little over a mile. And so I just said, fuck it. I'm going to sprint. And then when I get really tired and I can't sprint anymore, I'll jog then. Maybe this will be different, right? I sprinted the whole first lap of 3. And I was like way ahead of everybody. And then I would jog and people would like, only the fastest kids would slowly catch up. But once I was out of energy, it was easy enough for me to like just continue at a jogging pace. Even though it felt like I was going negative on energy. And that just means you're jogging wrong. Well, they weren't correcting me on how to jog right, so this worked better for me. My mile times went from like 9 to 10 minutes to like 6.5 minutes. I went from being like one of the slowest kids to like the 3rd fastest kid. Correct yourself? No. I was a fucking 13-year-old kid. I don't know how to correct myself at 13. The DARE officer was our school senior research officer. So he was always hanging around. Dude was super cool. He looks like Mr. Clean and a police officer. You can't tell a 13-year-old to correct themselves and have the discipline to, like, for self-improvement. A 13-year-old is dumb as a bag of rocks. They can't do anything on their own. I found out this faster way to do it, and the teacher was like, you can't sprint at the beginning. You gotta sprint at the end. I was like, I just took 3 minutes off my mile time. No. And he was like, well, but you're supposed to sprint at the end. I was like, all right, well, why is my time faster? I was told that in like the 3rd grade. I don't know. I sprint at the beginning of the run and like just barely get by jogging the rest of it. And that was by far the fastest I ever was at running the mile. There were 2 guys faster than me. One of them was just a natural at running. I think he was on the track and field team and just really good at running. The other guy was just pretty fit. I don't think he had a proper like form or process for running, because we would finish the mile, and this guy would be like fucking about to throw up and like sweating. There was one day where it was really cold outside, and this guy he ran so hard that he was just steaming. Like literally we could see his sweat steaming in the cold. It's just like, oh my god, dude. Holy shit, Yulin peaked in high school. I absolutely did not peak in high school. If you look at like my extracurriculars on paper and stuff, I absolutely peaked in high school. In high school, I skateboarded, played bass guitar, played tennis. By all accounts, I look like a super cool kid. But in high school, I was a fucking nerd. I had a great group of friends. I did not have a bad time in high school at all. But I think I'm much happier now and much better off. I also think I'm a much better person. We had jogging, yoga, volleyball, and baseball for gym in high school. My fastest mile was 8 minutes. Yeah, my fastest was like 6:30, Juice. I peaked when I left the womb. Elon peaked when he got that marine biology degree. Mods crushes balls. Current events. We also had to write a mandatory article on a choice of sport each week. Each week? Good lord. Ew. That's awful. What my school did was we ran a mile every Wednesday, and I think we did weightlifting on Mondays, maybe Fridays. And the other 3 days we would do like our monthly activity. So 1 month we played basketball, 1 month we played soccer. You chose a sport? No. We didn't get to choose a sport at all. 1 month we played touch football. 1 month we played wrestling. 1 month we did hockey. 1 month we did baseball. It was like, for this month we're going to be doing this sport 3 days a week. I remember I became fast at the mile, but still everybody thought of me as like super unathletic. I thought that was weird. Oh, we also, I think it might have been 2 days a week, and then 1 day a week we did dodgeball. There was 1 week where we did hockey, and I was normally picked last for teens, right? Because I was short, not super athletic compared to the other boys. I had the worst throwing arm. I threw fucking... Anybody could catch anything that I threw, no matter how hard I tried to throw it. We played hockey, though. I'd actually played hockey in Colorado. I actually knew, like, how to play hockey and was good at it. And so I ran fucking circles around these kids. So I went from, like, I'd be picked last. And everybody always picked me last, even though they knew I was good at hockey. Whatever team I was on just won, though. So when we played hockey, it was just like, Euland is the deciding factor. He just wins. Wow, hockey in Colorado. Shut up, Pixel. Heck you. Even when I was running, I would be picked last. By the time the kids realized, hey, we should not be picking Euland last for hockey, it was already time for the next sport. Peaked in high school gym hockey. So are you trying to hurt me? Still would win anyways. Why are you so focused on me peaking in high school? Do you just want me to feel like a loser now? What the fuck? I did not peak in high school. Fucking jerk. Actually, there was one day, I'm just firing off bullets today. It's okay, Kaylin, you're my loser. I'm not a loser. I'm heckin' cool. Fuck you. There was one day where we had gym, where we were playing hockey. And it was like, all right, Euland, you're up. And I jumped off the bleachers and landed on the floor. And I guess my allergies were bad this day. What a meanie, I know. my allergies were this bad, and I was sniffling so much that I gave myself a bloody nose. And so I lined up, at the half court where we're all facing off each other with hockey sticks, and the guy across from me goes, "Whoa, hey, Yulin, you're bleeding." I'm like, "What?" And I've got a nosebleed. And so I was like super excited for hockey this day. I was gonna fucking crush people. But just my allergies made it so that my nose was bleeding and I couldn't. I went to the bathroom. Some other guy, took my spot. I go to the bathroom, and when I get bloody noses, it's a fucking faucet. It is just like drip, 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 drip. I had really bad bloody noses. And so I'm kind of just bleeding into the sink for like 5 minutes. Some time goes by, and the PE teacher comes in, and he's like, "Hey, Yulin, you okay?" "Holy cow, that's a lot of blood. Okay, I think I should send you home." I was like, no, it's just allergies. It's just a little bit of blood. I'm absolutely fine. This happens a lot. I'm actually surprised it hasn't stopped yet. Don't worry about it. I'll be good to play in 5 minutes tops. Don't send me home. And he's like, "Okay, if you're sure, if you say this has happened before." I was like, yeah. This is the worst of it. It's not gonna be any worse than this. I then sneezed. And in sneezing, I cleared out my sinuses. I had like 10 loogies, just globular boogers come out my nose that were all stained red from the blood that was in my system. And it looked like I just vomited blood into the sink. And the teacher's just like, "Nope, you're going home. Forget everything you just said. You're getting home. I'm not having a student die in my class." And so I was like, no, it's fine. I was congested. I just, now it's out of my system. I actually feel better now. He's like, "Nope, don't care. Get out. Go home. Go to the office. Go home." Proceeds to faint. I didn't even feel lightheaded, though. NTR'd because of bloody nose. This happens a lot, meaning this is perfectly fine. That's a 10. Proceeds to faint. First when I'm making food, and now when I'm eating. Oh, I'm sorry, Air. Die outside my class. No, it was like... it was the PE teacher and my friend who were in the bathroom with me. And I just... into the sink. And my friend was just, oh god, and the PE, she's just, nope, go home. Nope, forget everything you just said. You're not playing today, go home. He legitimately thought I was gonna die. And I went home. He fucking panicked. I went to the office. That friend made sure I walked there to make sure I didn't, pass out on the way to class, or to the office. Called my mom, and I was like, "Hey, I had a bloody nose." And she's like, "Okay." And they're like, "So they want to send me home and they want you to pick me up." And she's like, "Over a bloody nose?" And I was like, "Well, I sneezed and it looked kind of gross, and they just want to send me home." And she's like, "I guess. All right, I'll come pick you up." And so she comes and picks me up. I don't even have any blood on my shirt or anything. I'm perfectly clean and fine. And at this point, the bloody nose is stopped by the time she gets there, because it's a 30-minute drive to come pick me up. And she's like, "So you're not bleeding anymore?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Do you go back to class?" And I was like, "No, I think they just want to send me home at this point." She's like, "All right. You want McDonald's on the way home?" I was like, "Oh yeah, let's get McDonald's." It was so yeah, this happens a lot for me and my mom. We just didn't care, and it's like, really? Okay. I don't think we might have played badminton once or twice. And because I played tennis, I fucking crushed people. I did really good in baseball too. In baseball, I could just apply my tennis swing to hitting the ball. So we'd played wiffle ball. It was literally a plastic bat and a hollow plastic ball. And most people could barely hit these things for shit. I was fucking sending these into the rafters of the gym each time. And nobody could fucking hit it as hard as me. And it was fuck yeah. Man, I love wiffle ball. It was wiffle ball and hockey were the things that I dominated in. I cracked a ball once? Hell yeah. Wiffle ball? Wiffle ball is just baseball, Jan. But instead of a solid baseball, use a like plastic hollow ball. And so the reason for this is that it's just the worst aerodynamics possible. If you hit this, it's not going to go, it's not going to go a far distance. It's going to stay within the baseball diamond. Or anything close to baseball? Oh. Baseball but plastic everything? Yeah, can't run fast and can't hit. It's the worst, but super light. Sounds like a lot of balls got broken. I don't think we broke any balls. We had like a fucking literal cartoon full of air 1/10 of a pound baseball to hit him with. So it would have been really hard to break these. And so like if the plastic was soaking in the sun, then it shattered upon impact. In fact, yeah, they could get brittle by that, but rugby was the closest to American sports, and it was very rare. Rugby is also not an American sport. That's like an Australia, Scotland thing. One dude in our PE class got a baseball shot to his dick. He was in the front center catcher, so it was straight shot. American football? Okay. So there's American football and then there's rugby. American football is where you tackle each other and plays end. Rugby, it feels like American football with less rules, where the guys just beat the shit out of each other. The fake football? Rugby hurts more? Yes. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about rugby or American football, because a lot of players just get really hurt permanently playing them. I don't know, soccer, only football. Soccer is what you call football. Soccer is you're not allowed to use your hands. Yeah. People don't get decapitated in rugby. I don't think they get decapitated in anything. Although hockey did have a player get their throat cut by a skate recently. That was tragic. But like, that rarely happens in hockey. That's like a once in 50 years event. In football, it's like these 50 players can no longer participate. In American football, these 50 players can no longer participate because they have received concussions and injuries that make them no good for playing anymore. Me when people are wearing protection. Oh my god. We had water polo though. We actually didn't even have a swimming pool. And the players are stacked. We played water polo like once or twice at a camp retreat. Don't worry, Elin. They are safe. Go hit them. No. I don't know. It's always been footy or soccer to me. Yeah, so we're dumb Americans, Freya. So we call it soccer, while the rest of the world calls it football. Football makes so much more sense, because it's the game you can only use your feet, no hands. I don't know why American football is something we call football. Given that they never kick it, they literally grab it and hold it. Kind of feels like that should be called soccer. Or just anything else other than football, but Ronaldo plays football, not soccer. It's because of the British, though. They called it soccer and left it back there. Shocker, the British fuck up another thing. Uh-oh. The fight's breaking out in my chat over football. I think my favorite football player was Ronaldinho. I think that was his name. I don't know. I saw a play one time where he got past the ball. He chest bumped it. He was basically playing keepy uppies. He hit it with his left foot. He hit it with his right foot. And then he did a fucking bicycle kick into it. And, like, nobody just knew what he was doing. And he just scored like that. And it was just like, God damn, what a fucking play. Cristiano Ronaldo? No, I'm pretty sure it was, like, Ronaldinho. I'd have to check. It's possible it's Ronaldo. He had very long hair. Hey, how dare you talk? No, I was correcting Juice. Oh, I see. Hey, how dare you talk like that about the only guy that makes Portugal be known? I hate football because of FIFA players. But yeah, Ronaldinho. That's what I thought. Okay. Brazilian player. His wife, Georgina, is gorgeous. It's weird to me that the whole world calls it football. And Americans are just like, nah. Stop butchering his name, Juice. Let's call football to the sport we barely use our foot in. Not use a ball. Yeah, they don't even use a ball. Hang on. The whole world likes FIFA. FIFA and Madden games. I used to like think they were dumb and you were an idiot if you played them. And then I saw the metrics for game sales where it's like, if a game sells 10 million units, it's an incredible. It's a mega hit. And then every year, Madden and FIFA each sell like 100 million copies. And it's like, oh shit. I'm the minority. Xbox and PlayStations are made for Madden and FIFA. Holy. You are an idiot if you play them? I don't entirely disagree. But Juice, there's 10 times as much of them as us. The game industry is about Madden and FIFA. And yet they're the worst franchise. It's so fucking sad. People who buy the games aren't even gamers. I would beat them up. And that's the only thing I can beat them up. Normie franchises, not even real gamers. Doesn't matter if they're normal. It doesn't matter if they're real gamers or that's all they're buying. That's where the game industry is. It sucks, but that's the game industry. Talk to me when you get your hands on a real game. Yeah, and EA knows that. It's just so sad because it fucks other games publishers. It's crazy. I'm suddenly so tired I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open. I think I'm gonna end. Oh, can I... Where is it? Standard. The only thing I like about FIFA now is the bugs in career mode. I've never owned or played a FIFA game.
I will stick on World of Warcraft.
What would be a cool camera angle?
Where's the ladder? Am I blind?
Here it is. Here it is. Behavior. Look at me. That's not what I want. I want anchor world.
Let's see who's live. Thank you everybody for keeping me company today. Juice is a fighter, rar. FIFA was like over half their profits. I forgot the numbers now. Or FIFA and Madden, not sure. Thanks for stream. Yeah. I'm alive, damn it. Thanks for the stream. Love you later. I love all of you. You spoil me. You make exercise so easy and make me feel so loved. Have a good day. Same to you. Let's see where we're going to get today. I want to go to Byakko. Byakko's playing Stardew, and they've got a new voice thing that's kind of cool. They're playing Stardew Expanded. Is it 2Ks? Byakko. Howaito. Did I get him? Yeah. Kisu. Choo. I love all of you. Let's go see Byakko. It started to expand it. It's a very heavily modded run. I think they said they've got like 30 runs, so it looks a little different than Stardew. There's some extra characters and mechanics. I've seen them playing a little bit. Other than that, I love you. Bye.